Oh,
Fuck.
indeed.
Okay.
Flight mode engage.
Flight mode. Flight. My head is set on flight mode right
Awesome. So I'll let you lead the podcast today.
All right.
Fantastic.
now. Okay. Welcome back to the 128th episode of this podcast with me, Ilias.
And me, Robert. Hello. Hello.
As you heard last time on the show, it was a summer special.
Or did you? Did you notice?
Did you? Totally forgot what we were going to talk about on that special episode that we recorded so long
It was so
ago.
I was so excited to actually hear that episode because I was like, I had no clue whatsoever what we were talking about, and it was actually kind of good. I enjoyed it.
It was fine.
Yeah.
It was actually surprisingly fine for
Yes.
being one of those.
One of our episodes.
No, but it was also like a follow-up on a previous, like we did 2 episodes in a row.
Yeah.
And those are always a bit mushy.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Especially me trying to say the word MVP.
Yeah.
It was great.
And for those of you who listened while we had the little error, or I had actually the error in that episode with the overlap of tracks.
2 tracks, yeah.
Yeah, sorry about that.
You're welcome.
I
It was
didn't
just
notice.
for 30 seconds.
Yeah.
So it's super confusing. Like, what I'm saying is super confusing,
But,
and
yeah.
then the overlap is also super confusing.
But it's like 4 people talking in each other's mouths. Like, it was just so weird. But yeah, no, I totally missed that. That was my bad.
So did I, so
Yeah. Anyways,
it's fine.
Ilias fixed it now.
Sorry, not sorry. I did not fix it.
No, I
because
fixed
came
it, but
too
I
late.
uploaded
Yeah.
it. Yes.
So it'll be fixed when you get to this episode.
hopefully. So, yeah.
So once you've listened, I'll fix it.
Just shut up and listen. But yeah.
So
Yeah,
we are back after a little break.
hiatus.
Yep.
How are you doing, my friend?
I am good. I managed to somehow, get COVID.
Get the thing.
Yeah.
You did it. But you managed to go 2020 without getting it. So
I win. No. It wasn't like I've been so like way sicker
yeah.
with just the normal flu before. So this was, except that I couldn't do anything, it was fine.
But it sounded really bad when you wrote me that you had it. It
Oh,
really
no.
felt like you were really in the shit. Like just the way you formulated the text, because we didn't talk. But
Yeah. But it was that I just couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
That was, I think, the worst of it, where you just lie there like a fucking vegetable and there's not much happening. And like I told you with food and everything, that meat was bitter
it's so
and weird. It was like chewing in on pharmaceuticals, like anything.
So maybe you tasted all of the added, shit that's in food.
Maybe, I don't know. Like, it was like food was not enjoyable. The best things were sort of like red peppers and water. Those were the things that tasted as they should.
Okay.
And then there was the rest, like bread, fries, like anything, like meats, horrible. Like, oh man, some things were just unenjoyable, but meat was so disgusting.
What are you meating? You don't eat no meat.
It's fine. I make ham.
Lamb.
Lamb. Yeah, that was
not
it.
ham.
Fuck, ham,
Yeah.
lamb, fam.
Yeah.
It rhymes.
Yeah, still, fam.
But yeah. No, but I was super sick for 3 days.
Yeah.
But I didn't it felt like I was going to throw up. I never did. And I just didn't move for 3 days, basically.
Yeah.
On the 4th day, I went up, went to the bathroom, came back. I tried staying up for a bit. But then on the 5th day, I was basically fine, but weak as fuck. And it's still here. And it's been, when this is released, it's been over 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Something that, and I just, I feel so weak. I don't feel it right now. But as soon as I do something that is like a heavy lift or something.
Like something strenuous.
Yeah, strenuous for just a small amount of time, or just move around faster than normal.
Mm-hmm.
Like I get out of breath, I get super tired, and then that's the rest of the day. It just leaves you with nothing.
So weird.
Yeah, it's so weird.
But I mean, it's that's what a flu is as well. I mean,
Yeah.
So,
But this one didn't feel like a real flu. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I had the nausea and the headache, and then nothing more. That's what it feels like. I probably had a fever because I was burning up at some point. I just couldn't tell if it was for real or, just a feeling that I
Isn't
had.
that kind of what a fever is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I didn't check. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like I didn't check my...
Of course not. Too manly.
No, too dead to move. It was just like, I have to call out to someone to get me the thing. I was like,
Forget about it.
I'll just watch Supernatural. Or keep watching Supernatural.
Fantastic. At least you got something good out of it.
2.5 seasons.
Yeah. No, so I was 100% sure that I was the one that gave you COVID because like on the last Monday we recorded, I did feel like a little bit under the weather, so to speak. Like I was a little bit low and felt super tired. Rob Lowe.
Huh?
Yes, for once.
Invisible drum solo.
Oh my God. Yes, that was actually really good. But yeah, so like I've had a little bit of like this slight cold ever since New Year's.
Yeah,
pretty much. So it started the day after New Year's, and then from there I've just been like, a bit sniffly and
like it never leaves you really. Yeah.
So yeah, I was 100% sure. So when you wrote me, I stayed home for at least half of that week, and I got the home test just to make sure, which was like a very interesting thing.
Dude, that was not what I expected it to be. Like when you put the Q-tip in and it just kept going in, and you're like, I've reached my brain.
Yeah, for sure. I've done one of those tests that actually go to the brain. When I was in the army. So trust me, like that was nothing. When they do go all the way up, when you get like the full 10 centimeters that go all the way up into your fucking brain.
But it was 10 centimeters, the whole thing. I didn't get the whole thing in, but it was terrifying.
No, like they wiggle it around and keep going. Like when you feel like that's it, they keep going.
I didn't have a stop. I just stopped. Like it went, because it's
all the cocaine, dude.
Dude, it said in the instructions, like, don't put it upwards, put it
straight.
Yeah, and
for
dude,
me,
it did not fucking stop.
The worst thing for me was my gag reflex is crazy. Like,
dude,
I would not be able to suck dick at all. Like,
dude,
I would throw up straight away.
Dude, that I couldn't.
Yeah.
Like, I
as soon as it touched, I was like,
Same.
And it was like, don't do it too long. Like 5 seconds.
5
is
seconds,
enough.
dude. I couldn't even. I had to do it several times.
Yeah, I did it 5 times just to like.
Same.
That's 1 second.
You know what the worst thing is? That was the first thing you were supposed to do.
Yeah, I know.
And then shove it in your nose.
I know.
I was like, ew.
Well, it could have been worse.
It could have been worse. And then like spit on a like somewhere.
Yeah, like on a plate.
Yeah, and then take that Q-tip and like move it around. And I was like,
that was the most nasty part, because when I got the gag reflex, I like mucus.
Yeah.
So I used that.
Yeah.
So it took like over a minute to get the fucking mucus off of the stick. Like it was so like that almost made me throw up even more. Like but yeah, and then being treated like this, like I don't know. I really felt like I was
when the guy came
sick.
with the test.
Like, my guy really had the mask, the visor on, gloves.
He had a visor and shit.
And then he was like, he placed the bin.
Bucket,
And he like shouting from far away, like, just
Same
put
here.
it in the bucket.
Yeah, that's what he did to me as well. Like,
I'm like, dude, I actually feel good. Like, seriously. I'm not going to kill you, man. But super nice guy, though. Like, he, because in my building, they can't go all the way up. So I had, like, it was a little bit of a hassle trying to get the guy to bring me the test. So at the end, I just said, just meet me downstairs. Like, I'll go out. So we made it work, but he was very like accommodating and friendly, also very patient. Like he's like, I'm just gonna stay here for 25 minutes or so, like, and
so he stayed. Okay, my guy drove around and picked up others or left.
Oh, okay.
Tests, and then he came back to me.
Oh, maybe he did, but yeah, he just said that like, and I'll call you in half an hour or so, and then I'll pick it up. But yeah, very interesting to have done that. But yeah, mine was negative, yours was positive. So at least one of us has the antibodies now, and so I'm still afraid.
But other than that, how have you been, man?
I've been good. So as soon as I got that
Yeah.
test reply back, I was back to work, obviously, because I can't afford to not work. But it was such a relief to actually get it on black and white and just saying like, you're healthy, you're good to go back to work. Like it actually said that in the message. And then, just trying to sort of catch up with the small amount of stuff that I had to cancel or move. And then I actually, like, just to lead us into today's topic, actually, I got a little job from our good friend Filippo, or actually his girlfriend. So the story goes...
a long time ago.
No, but like I was having dinner with Sana, not Anna, Sana.
That is so weird
It's gonna
that
be-
her name
yeah.
is just two like added letters.
Yeah, it's actually just the one added letter. But yeah,
Oh shit, that is true. Yeah.
so yeah, just to make it less confusing to everybody, I think. Or let's just say the new girl,
No, Santa.
Sana.
It
Yeah.
kind of fits the format. So.
Yeah, it does. It does. But so I was having dinner with Sana, and it was maybe like 11 o'clock at night or something. And I get a DM from Filippo on Instagram. It's like, hey, dude, would you be up for like doing a little gig at an event tomorrow? Maybe. And like I'd already booked in, like I was gonna be with Sana the day after as well, and I was gonna be working the whole day, and I was gonna be working on my friend. So it's like when you work on your friends, it's always like an added 5 hours for bullshitting. So I was like, I don't know if I have the time, to be honest, but like what's the deal? And he couldn't really tell me because they didn't know.
Okay. Yeah.
So it was more like all they knew was that it's a like VIP type of event at the American Embassy.
Cool.
And that's it. So obviously I was intrigued. And like, well, yes, I am interested. Like, I'm just going to say yes.
Just go. Yeah.
Just go with it. And I mean, it was still like the slight chance of me not getting it because like, it's so weird. Saga Maria. Yeah.
Yes.
Filippo's girlfriend.
That I've also met.
Yes.
Damn it.
Saga Marie.
But she was at the event.
Yes, she was.
Yeah.
Really great artist also. Works with watercolors and
Also, she won the first event we had.
Oh,
the
yeah, she
Photoshop
got
thing. Yeah.
oh,
Filippo
so-
won it, but
Oh,
he
yeah.
doesn't use it, so we.
So yeah, they owed us.
Yeah.
That's good. But yeah, no. So like, I was just waiting for her to sort of let me know on the Saturday when the event was, if she was doing it or not. And seriously, I didn't know what to do. So, like, what materials to bring? How do they want to deliver? What do they want?
What do they
I
want?
didn't know anything.
Oh.
So like that morning, like for one, I didn't think about attire. I didn't think about,
Jeez,
what should I
yeah.
wear? And so, yeah, just like normal Rob style, skinny jeans, white t-shirt, black jumper. Went to work, brought my the fake papers, like those cheapo ones that we have,
Yeah.
my Copics, and my normal sort of little drawing bag, and the iPad. And that's it. Because I'm like, yeah, I mean, what else can I do? I get the phone call right when I'm about to start tattooing, of course. And yes, I get the job. And
That is that same day.
yes, same
Cool.
day. So this is at 1 o'clock. The event starts at 8. And I hadn't even started tattooing yet. So that's at least like 5-6 hours of tattooing and then go to that event. So already in my head, I'm like, I'm going to be so toasted. Like this is horrible.
Yeah.
So the only thing that I can really say about the event, I can't talk about the people that was at the event, obviously, because of reasons. But at the American Embassy, it was just 8 people. So like they kept the restrictions and all that. But they wanted me to do sort of more not like the type of portraits you would get if you sit down with a guy on the street, I don't know what they're called.
Caricature artists?
Yeah.
Like, you mean when they do the fun ones or just a portrait artist? Like,
Yeah, somewhere in between that, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, so they wanted like a little bit more fancy but still quick portraits. So the idea was to actually do kind of what we did with Samsung and do live, like they sit and pose and I draw, but that would take forever. 8 people, like, it's at least like half an hour portrait. So I said that straight off the bat. I'm like, that's probably not going to be like a nice thing for the guests. Like they're just going to be sitting there waiting. So the compromise was I take a picture with the iPad and then I draw from their reference. And that way they can sit and have their dinner and have fun. And then they can come and just look at what I'm doing and chit chat, So that's what we did pretty much. So like... It sounds super fancy, like when I talk about going to the embassy and doing this and this. They actually lent me like a jacket, proper jacket, suede proper jacket with a white shirt, like collar shirt. So I looked a little bit nice. And I got like a few drinks and, just hung out with pretty much the staff at this miniature White House, which it actually kind of was. Holy shit, the interiors in that place. Not even going to talk about the basement. Holy goddamn shit. But yeah, so what I did was I sat down in a couch with my iPad with references on them.
Oh, so you drew digitally?
And drew on the recycled paper. Like,
oh, you did draw. Okay.
So pretty much exactly what I do at home. Like,
very nice.
I sit in the couch, I look at the iPad, I draw from that, and that's it. Yeah. But now I had to do 8 portraits in roughly 4 hours. So leading into this episode, today we're going to be talking about sketching. And the importance of sketching and also like how to approach maybe a new sketchbook and all of that stuff. And then like to go from the event to sketching, holy shit, if I didn't know how to sketch and know how to break down the rough shapes and having done as many portraits as I have, no chance in hell I would have been able to do this. Me going from the studio to the event was the most nerve-wracking moment of, well, at least this year, for sure. Imagine. I was sitting in that cab, like wanted to be like very social with the cab driver, which I always am, but I just couldn't talk to him. Like I was so trying to get into like, okay, like
what to expect.
Yeah, and also like how do I do these? And like, I had no idea who the people were gonna be.
Yeah, you don't know until you actually meet them.
Exactly, and like how accommodating will they be, and like when will I actually get these references done so I can start drawing? Like that could take fucking hours and hours.
Yeah, until people actually get.
So there was so much going through my head, and I was like, towards when we started getting closer, I was like, just shut up, brain. Like just trust your gift. Trust that you know what you do, and seriously, they called you in like 2 hours ago. Like they're gonna get whatever
comes out,
it's like you can't do more than you can do.
Yeah.
And finally I just let it go. Plus getting a beer really helped. So
I can imagine.
Thank you, Gustav, my man.
And if you're in that situation ever, do not add caffeine to that. Like that like when you're really nervous.
Oh yeah.
And your body is like it's
you're
a light tremble or you're on edge and you
yeah.
drink caffeine and you're not used to like at least high amounts of caffeine.
And you become the jackhammer.
Dude, yes. Holy shit.
Yeah, in that way, alcohol is good because it calms you down a bit. Like a glass of wine, a beer, just to sort of take that edge off.
Yeah.
Yes. But like all that aside, like all the stress and everything, it was so nice. Like I am so grateful to both Saga and Filippo for like thinking of me for this, because that was like, because they wanted more portraits. They immediately thought of me, and that's such a humbling thing. It's crazy to be that kind of guy. And I'm sure that she could have knocked it out of the park as well, but she doesn't do a lot of portraits. But yeah, so grateful to have done this and just something. This was like an
just
event, something. Like even if it was only 8 people, it was
that is
still like something happened. For fuck's sake, I got to do something.
a real gig.
Yes, so fucking happy. And then
Very cool.
like we'll see if I ever get paid. Like
Yeah.
it's already begun. Like yeah, but hopefully sometime I will get money for this too. So yeah, super grateful. That was like seriously the peak of like these 2 years.
That's so sad.
So fucking sad.
So sad.
But yeah, it just feels really cool to be able to say that I've drawn at the American Embassy. So
very cool indeed.
yeah. But yeah, I think that is like enough of bullshit of intro talk. Let's just do a little bit of listen to this intro because it's so fucking good. So we can breathe while you guys listen to intro song. Intro song, go. Intro, go. Nice.
Very good.
I actually held my breath instead of
I don't
breathing.
know why. Yeah. And now that you said it, I felt it. I just said like...
Artists of the world unite. Step out of your comfort zone into the danger zone.
They loved 80s cartoons. Even with beards and tattoos, you know they haven't changed at all. Filling sketchbooks every night, getting fed away this life. Sketchbook hero, imagination burning. Sketchbook hero, pick on them. Sketchbook hero, they don't seem to have any life.
Damn sickos.
Okay, we're back. And today we're going to talk about the importance of sketching and like keeping sort of, I guess it's like a diary of your skills and stuff that you've tried. You know what I mean? And I know that like...
You mean saving your sketches more or less, or
no,
what do you mean by that?
No, I just mean, yeah. First of all, you don't throw a sketchbook away, usually,
Oh yeah,
unless it all just sucks through and through. But usually there are like some cool ideas and stuff in there that when you revisit them, there is, you know, like something to like grab and build off of. And I think like, because I've never been a big sketchbook guy.
no,
I've,
same.
I've bought a lot of sketchbooks, but they've always been empty, or
Yeah.
I've drawn one page.
I mean,
and then
you've become more of the sketchbook guy.
yeah, that's the thing.
I'm
That-
still the old sketchbook guy. Like I just have them there, and they look really nice. And then I've drawn maybe 2 or 3 pages, and then I've switched to the other one.
Yeah. And that is the problem with having nice sketchbooks. You
Yeah.
know, you get terrified of ruining them, or there is just something about like just a book that is like bound that you don't want to work in. You know, like
Yeah.
there's something about it. Like it comes with expectation for some reason.
Yes,
And I've always
100%.
struggled with that.
yes. Especially if they're really nicely packaged too.
It's even worse.
Yeah.
It just like doesn't like. I think I have a moleskin one that I got. I don't remember, like for a birthday or something. I drew like the 1 sketch or 2 sketches, and then I couldn't draw at that level anymore. You know
No,
what I
yeah,
mean? Like
yeah.
it was just too much.
And the ones that I hate more than anything, just talking about general sketchbooks now, are the ones that look really great but are super sucky.
Yeah, of course.
Which also are moleskins for me. Like I always get the
thin-
wrong one.
Yeah, the ones with the thin
Like-
paper in them.
And it's always, of course, it's always a gift because somebody knows that like I sketch and then I get this really fancy moleskin because the name moleskin comes with just awesome
expectation.
sketchbook.
Yeah.
But they always get the thin one instead of like the.
But I think that
thicker
I
ones.
actually learned to enjoy the thin ones because I use
Really?
them for work all the time.
Okay,
because
yeah.
I have these old ones that I got from King that are, you know, like the blank pages, but still the super thin, flimsy paper.
Yeah.
And I use that to this day
Oh, really?
for just, you know, like little like notes
But
from meetings and stuff.
but that's more of a notebook.
But
than
it is a
it
sketchbook.
Yeah.
But I just use it as a notes / tiny sketches.
Yeah. Because I would never do like a full-on drawing
No,
or sketch
neither
in
would
it.
I.
Like,
Because no.
what's the point? Like,
Yeah, but the paper is, like you draw with a marker and it goes right through so
Yeah,
that the
yeah.
other page is unusable. Like it's
Exactly.
not.
yeah,
But I think they have their purpose depending on, like you have to buy them with awareness, I guess.
Yeah.
Unless you're just doing it like me. I want to try this new one.
Yeah. The one I got from you is really good.
Which
The
one?
one that you helped develop, I
Oh,
think.
that
King
one, the white one. Yeah.
And that's become my movie
I haven't
sketchbook.
even started with that one yet.
Oh, really?
Or I've tried it out and I kind of like it.
It's really nice. Good
yeah.
job on that one. Yeah, because I did the Lego one, and that's got the flimsy shitty paper.
Yeah. And I used that one as
Yeah.
well. Like the Sketchbook Heroes logo was born out of that one.
But it's still so frustrating when, because I was actually a part of it, and I didn't
Yeah.
get to be a part of actually
Choosing
paper and
yeah.
stuff.
But Moleskine, I don't think you get to choose paper, like unless you get to make a really fancy one.
Yeah, I guess.
But most of the branded ones are that flimsy paper. Like,
But still made of moleskin. It's pretty
Mhm.
cool.
It's pretty cool.
Yes. But yeah, no. So the King one is pretty much I'm writing the whole movie in that one. So
Very cool.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
I was super honest when making that one. I was like, this paper won't do.
Good.
Because I told them what I wanted, and then they gave me, I think there were like 3 different types of paper. And they were like, yeah, I think we're going to go with this one. And it was one where, like if you roll with ballpoint, it was so slippery that it wouldn't get that.
no.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
There's like a finish to it that
Yep.
just ruins, like it's not good for any pen, basically.
No, you have to have like a marker.
Exactly,
to
that
draw
doesn't
on it.
bleed.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it had this weird effect that it kind of becomes a whiteboard rather
Mhm.
than a.
Yeah, I hate those.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think
and they
I have
even
a couple of those.
what
at
I love
home.
about that sketchbook is that I told them about the back.
Yep.
Like 'cause we wanted to make it feel like homemade, basically.
Yeah.
But they did add the like enforced back.
Yeah, the taped
the
sort of
sticker thing.
Yeah.
And it looks nice.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. So that
It's
was
very
nice.
clean, very like everything that you want. You can even doodle on the front of it.
Yeah, and I
like,
told them to make it, because that was something we wanted, like have something there, but not too much of it.
Yeah.
And then I also told them that I want to be able to open the book up.
Yeah.
Like I don't want it to just like, you open
And it,
like
like,
the third
stops.
page.
Yeah.
And the book almost falls back and closes.
Exactly. Or you have to like snap
the back. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they really did listen and make like a
Yeah, I'd call
like
it a
an
solid
awesome-
sketchbook.
yeah,
for
it is
sure.
very nice.
Yeah.
So I need to use mine a bit more, but I'm still in the tone sketchbook
Yeah.
place, and then I'll probably go white because I haven't found a tone sketchbook.
Racist, always. Yeah.
Yep.
But at least you tried the brown.
But I tried the brown.
So bad.
Great.
So yeah, the importance of sketching.
sketching.
Yeah. I guess we'll get back to sketchbooks.
No,
But-
but I think just like if we're gonna talk about just sketching in sketchbooks, the reason why I kind of enjoy it is that you can like don't stick to one style where you just draw the same thing over and over. No. Just bring in watercolors, bring in gouache, bring in markers, mix the mediums. Just try stuff you would normally not try.
Destroy the book.
That's the thing. People are like, oh, that's gonna mess my pages, or
Sorry.
but it's so like it's like your playground. There are no fucking rules in your sketchbook. That's the place where you try all of it. Whatever idea you have. You draw penises, you draw with gouache, you do whatever you want. Like, cause you don't have to show this to anyone. It's just a place for you to explore
Penises.
everything.
Yes.
Like from penises to, mediums and how they sort of mix together as well. Like that's
I'm sorry, I just saw
could-
this little clip in my head. 2 penises fucking each other.
cool.
Yeah. I
That's
have seen
exactly
that.
what I have.
I have seen that. It's horrible. It will never disappear. Sorry. Yes, keep going, Ilias. You were on such a great roll before I started talking.
About this very
You
phallic topic.
started talking penises, okay? You can't do that to me. You know how my brain works. You say something dirty, I just keep going with it. For sure. Always. Penis.
Jesus Christ. But yeah, your sketchbook should be a safe place, basically. Now there's
Like
a lot
Neverland.
Jesus. doesn't stop.
It never stops. Never stopping.
That's not how that
Yes,
saying
it is.
supposed to be used. God damn it.
It's good to be back.
But this is what happens when you take a week's break.
Yeah.
Never take breaks, people. Never take breaks. But sketching, like, it is such a great way to explore your own mind. You know, like there is, and also it gives you confidence. Like,
Does it though? Like I wouldn't
depends.
fully agree with you there because you have like a talent for sketching.
Yeah, but I mean, what I mean is that you build up like a habit of drawing often, even if it's not great at that given time.
Yeah. No, but don't get me wrong. Like we can sketch in the same level, but you have that nailed down in your sketchbook. You make it look really awesome in
That's
the
not my
sketchbook.
experience.
For me, like I just do that little doodle in the middle of the page and it ruins everything. And it looks like shit. It is shit. Like it is a pile of garbage smack in the middle of this page. So I flipped to the next one, try something
and
new.
that's how I did it as well. And then eventually you do like 3 pages, and then you feel there is no point in continuing.
Exactly.
And then you go
Close
to the next
book
one. Yeah.
and then throw that away into the furthest corner of your closet or whatever you keep.
Exactly. And I have tactics for sort of attacking my sketchbooks now. It's like I draw something, you know, like usually the first sketch I ever do is the best, you know, like
always
a really good one.
Exactly.
Within bunny ears. And then, you know, I go to the next page, and then there's the pressure of the previous page. So what I do is like I start just drawing stuff, and then I just, instead of like focusing on the one thing that I'm going to draw on that page, I just keep adding to it. So like if I'm drawing faces, I'll draw, you know, faces until there is no empty area left.
Exactly. And that's what I mean. Like you have that nailed down, and it's so satisfying going through your sketchbook.
Exactly. It's satisfying for anyone else looking.
Yeah.
But for me, I see the mistakes over the, you know, the lump of all of the.
Yeah.
Because you sort of like, if there's only one thing, then people will look at it. But if there's a lot of things, their focus, you sort of distract them.
Yeah, you're masking the ugliness.
Exactly. And then eventually they don't look at the one thing that sucks. They see the composition, you know, even if there is none.
Yeah.
But there's like distraction everywhere.
The
so
totality,
there is there is no focus in your like one bad thing. And then the best thing about those pages, for me at least, is that I can go back to that page at some point, and if I'm painting, like an actual painting, I'll have something in my sketchbook that I can go and paint over.
Oh, okay.
So I can go back to like, oh, remember that face, like somewhere in my sketchbook, and then I go back, and then I start painting that, and sometimes I just ruin a good sketch, but sometimes it's like, oh shit, that was really good, that works. I'll do that on this piece that I'm working on. So I like that my sketchbook, like I never sort of like get married to the sketches in it. Like I'll go back and like paint over, and that's how the Olpa sketchbook, like that one I've done that several times, and you know, some of them they didn't turn out great because I noticed that, oh shit, yeah, the ink is water soluble, so now I'm just smearing black ink somewhere, you know, or
and that's how you learn. Yeah.
Exactly, but you do learn, and you don't really care because, you know, like going backwards in your sketchbook, it doesn't get better. You don't get prouder the further back you go, you know, to the beginning.
No.
You're just like, whoa.
It's not how it works.
It's not how it works, yeah. And just going back to like, because the fun thing about that sketchbook is that I started it, like it took me a year to finish it. So there's the sort of like the first serious link attempts at this black and white inking that I come to be known for now. But they're so bad. Like, I don't remember them being so bad in this fucking sketchbook that I'm currently working on until I compared them to Inktober from, you know, the end of last year.
Yeah.
So that was very weird to like, I've had the sketchbook. Like, I go through it every now and then, but I never reflect on it, you know, and then going back and comparing and seeing that progression. Like, oh shit, I remember doing these really good rocks, and then I go back and they're like, they weren't that good. And then you just go back.
Where are they?
Yeah. But basically that. So it is, like, sketchbooks are a great way to see progression. The more sketchbooks you do work in, the better, though. And not doing like I do, like too slow, you know.
Yeah.
So my sketchbook, the recent one, became too much of a sort of like a storybook rather than, or a picture book rather than. But I did have like half of it is still just sketches, because I noticed that I enjoyed seeing the clean sketches on the one side, the ink ones, and then having the sketches for them in the far back. So I'm working from both sides of the sketchbook, which was a fun way to approach it as well.
Yeah.
Because I could do all the non-pressure stuff at the very end, and then, have the better stuff, or like the clean sort of outcome of those sketches in the correct way of reading a book.
So you use the sketchbook in all ways possible, more or less.
Yeah, and then, like I said, when I finished pages, I went back and tried painting them, and the pages that I failed on, I just used for more sketching, like doing little small compositions.
Okay.
And then eventually people didn't see the fails. They just look like a big sketch, like amidst those little thumbnails that I do.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of just works. And some of the finished pieces in the beginning had the sketch on the left side. So you have like a couple of thumbnails, and sometimes it's just iterative sort of sketching where I draw it once, like a little composition, and I'm like, not really like that. And then you see like it's the same sort of mountains, but the moon is somewhere else, or the character is somewhere else.
Yeah.
And then maybe I've added a tree or something, like, I'm not feeling it. And then I do another one, and then like that's the one. And then you see the big one on the right. Yeah. And that one usually bleeds over to that page as well.
That's so cool too.
And it kind of messes with it because you can't use the sketch then because you have all these like sketches on the side. But it is like, I don't care. And I think that's how you should do with your sketchbooks. Just like you draw from left to right if you want to, do it like me, and then just go back and use the old sketches for exploration. Because sometimes I don't want to sketch. I just want to paint. Like I have that often. Like I just want to paint something.
Yeah.
And if I have to draw something to paint, then I'm gonna sit there for hours and try to come up with a theme. But then you open your sketchbook, you have everything there. Like something to just ink over, or, like just draw, like take that idea and make it, like transfer it if you want to. There are so many things you can do with your sketchbook. You just have to keep one.
Yeah. And that's the problem now. Like I don't even touch, like I've just recently gotten back to paper and pens again. Like I've been stuck on the iPad for months now.
But I love that as well.
Yeah,
just,
I mean, yeah.
But I know what you mean. I get the same.
But I do miss, like, that's why it's nice getting back to drawing on paper again. Like, it's still looking like shit. Like, I'm not really there, but it just feels good, you know? Just getting ink on paper and, like, overfilling the pen, and you get sticky fingers, and it's just like, all this hassle that came with drawing traditionally that I totally forgot, and it's so frustrating. And I'm sitting there like, everybody thinks it's wanking paper, but it's actually Copic paper. Like, I always need a roll of paper because I always smear my when I refill my Copics. But it's it's the charm of all of that. Plus you get that little bit of color splat sometimes, like those ink drops on the paper, and I've missed it so much.
Or when you're just like, I'll just try it and then I'll Control Z it. Or, like I'll go back and then like, oh shit, no, I have to like pick up speed now before it dries or something.
Exactly. All of that. Yeah. But the only thing is, like, the paper that we use, it's not the best. So I am feeling like it is, I think, sucking a lot of the Copics into it. So I need to refill more than I'm used to.
Oh, you mean that cheap brown paper that we bought?
Exactly. There's something with it. I don't know what
dude,
it is.
It is just like the other paper. Like, it absorbs a lot of color.
Yeah. So, like, I just refilled the, like, let's say the Cool 8. And I'm just filling this little area, and I'm starting to fill it in. And then halfway through, it's already starting to dry up. And you're like, no! It's just, especially when you're, like, with that time constraint with the embassy gig. It's just like, I can hear them, like, coming in. And I'm like, fuck, I need to finish. And it's like, no. And then you need to stop and refill your Copic mid.
Yeah.
Oh,
and the clean way to fill them up is the slowest way.
Yeah.
When you have to like bloop, bloop,
exactly.
bloop,
and that's
wait
what
for
I did.
them to absorb the...
And I hope they're not listening, but I did manage to spill a few drops on the floor. So yeah, I kind of messed up the White House. Well, I wasn't the only one. Like, if you've stayed in tune with the news lately, that seems to be a theme. Fuck it. Yes. So, but okay, so that's sketchbooks and how to use them for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And it really got me fired up and
Mm.
wanting to go back to, because I know I do have a purpur somewhere lying around. Yes. The old ones, the good ones.
Oh man, this is gonna be my last one.
It's so sad.
It's so sad.
Yeah. And the shitty thing is, like, because when you were talking, I was thinking, like, what did I do with mine? Because I had the whole progression of my posters in that one. Like, that's where
Okay,
my
that's
posters,
awesome. Yeah.
like the Mad Max and all of those.
Hey, you never wrapped that one up,
No.
did you? Yeah.
No. What I did was I cut them out instead.
Oh, that's what
So
you
I've
did, yeah.
I've slaughtered that book, which is so sad
Mhm.
because I could have, and that one too. I had the thumbnails on the left side and then the actual poster
yeah,
on the
you
right.
did. Yeah, that's
So I
true.
did. I
Maybe
kind
I
of worked
stole
that way.
Maybe I stole that.
You probably did. You fucker.
Mhm.
No, I think it's a normal way of working. But yeah, especially like the Mad Max one, because I did the exact same thing.
Mhm.
Like, tried different sort of
Yeah, comps.
comps and then just managed to like actually do a good poster. And the first one I ever did, and it's like it would be so much more special if that was still in the book.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It is fun though
Yeah.
to flip through the book, and there are like proper sketches in it as well.
yeah. But that's the thing. Like, my proper sketches are so bad.
Mm.
So like I'm afraid to open those books because, like, remember when we tried to draw cars after seeing Mad Max?
I did that on paper.
That's in that book.
Yeah, I did that on paper.
It's
like,
so
not
horrible.
in the book.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
Or maybe it is in a. Oh no, I think it was loose paper.
Yeah.
That's the
I
coward's way
wish.
of doing it.
I really wish I would have done that. But
No, but
yeah.
no, that is the correct way of doing it. You
Mm.
should not treat your sketchbook like an art book. You could have a separate one where you have, ideas that you transfer to it and you just draw that. That's fine. But that shouldn't be what you bring with you,
yeah,
everywhere. Because right now, like the sketchbook that I have for travel is empty and it's terrible. Like I had this like book for a year where it has like all these drawings in it. So if you start from the left, you get like a story of sorts.
Yeah.
But now I have like this empty book and there's this little scribble at the end. That's all there's in it.
Oh,
Where I
man.
just tried the paper and like, yes, it's the old paper.
Okay, cool.
But that's all that's in that book. So I'm a bit like, oh shit.
The anxiety of starting a new one.
Yes.
Yeah.
But again, I'm going to sort of like, the thing is with this, since it is the last one, it puts a lot of pressure on the sketchbook.
Oh my God. I didn't
Like-
even fucking think of that.
Yeah. So that's what I just like, I'm just going to look at stuff on YouTube for today's episode.
And okay, so for people that have no idea what we're talking about now, so pretty much from episode 1, I think it is the first thing that we actually
Yes,
promote
it is
ever.
the first thing.
So this is episode 128. We've mentioned this book in nearly every single episode that we have made.
Since then, yeah.
Yes. So the brand is Purse, and they used to have a really great recycled sketchbook.
Mm-hmm.
They still have the book.
The book is still there,
Yeah.
but the
What is it?
mill closed.
Paper with
yeah.
9 lives. Is
Yeah,
that it's
paper
like
with
a
9 lives.
series of
Yeah.
recycled paper
From their
sketchbooks.
sort of sketchbook series.
Yeah, but the ones that they did previously was printed with a different company, I guess, or in a different way.
The paper.
Oh, the
was-
paper
yeah,
mill.
the paper mill closed down.
Ah,
I guess due to COVID. I don't know
Aw,
because it feels
man.
like it changed last year.
fucking stealing everything from
Yeah,
us.
but at some point that mill closed down, and they tried to find a replacement. They did. It's not as good
No,
for what we do.
yeah. So the paper is different now, and well, yeah. I think me and Ilias are now on the last.
Yeah.
Like we have one each left.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, it
I
is
didn't realize I
horrible.
also had only just that last thing.
I'm so sad.
It's really
And I
fucking
didn't notice because I bought a 10-pack of them, or Thomas bought them for the event.
Yeah.
And I gave, I think, 2 away at the event or 3. And then we had giveaways
Yeah,
where
yeah.
we gave away 2
We've been
as
throwing them
well.
away.
Yeah, we've been throwing them
Yeah,
away.
yeah,
So
no, I threw away my last one
I
too.
only had 1 left
Yeah.
that I
I had
Yeah,
one-
it should. Yeah.
I gave away one that I had already started, like
Yeah.
with a sketch in it.
Yeah.
Because I was like, there'll be more. I'll just buy a new one.
Mhm.
Yeah. But
So
then-
great.
yeah.
So if you have a purple sketchbook lying at home that we've sent to you, send it back.
Exactly. Yes. Refund.
But they don't know if it's the new paper or not.
Exactly. So yeah.
So the last
Send
sort
it
of
back so we can check, and then
and
we
then
will
we'll
send
send it.
you the good one back.
A good one back,
Yeah. Blink, blink, blink.
uh,
Yeah. But okay. So, Jesus, that was a long babble about fucking purpose.
But it's so good.
It is so
It
good.
was so good.
It was.
Damn it.
But yeah, okay. So, sketchbooks aside, let's go into sketching.
Mhm.
And so, I don't know. I don't know what to say about sketching, to be honest.
Mhm.
Like, this is something that everybody should be doing. We have
But it
talked
depends
about
on
it.
what is the purpose of sketching. The sketching phase, for me, it's like different things. It is like the meditative act of just sketching. It doesn't have to become, something real.
No.
Sketching can also help you sort of just get past the white page, where you just you add a few lines somewhere and then you start building something and then it becomes a piece.
And we have we have a similar way of sketching. Obviously, we know how to sketch sort of in the proper way within bunny ears. But I've gone into a different way of sketching, and you've gone into a different way of sketching now. So we've split ways.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to sort of break it down into even more, because I see and follow a lot of our followers on the social, and they still sketch very hard.
Yeah,
you know?
that's super common.
So
But your dad fucking ruined
yeah,
me
yeah,
there.
yeah.
It was your dad.
he kicked our asses.
No, but I remember him
until-
telling you nope, that's too hard. Nope, that's too hard.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
And
he
I
was
just-
ruthless.
And I got so fucking self-conscious about how hard I pressed a pencil that I felt his burning sort of words in regards of how hard I pressed. So if I could see sort of erase lines in my drawings, then I was pressing too hard.
Exactly, and
So-
that is
And it
so
took
that was,
a long while to get rid of, but
it's so good that you said
Yeah.
that story, because that's what I was just gonna say
Yeah.
before you jumped in with
Yeah.
the story. that
Dude.
is the rule,
I don't
and
think
I
we've
didn't.
ever talked about
No,
that either.
I
just-
had I totally erased it out of my brain.
But same here. It's now that we're talking about
Yeah.
sketching that.
No, but I
it's
mean,
coming
he
back,
wasn't
yeah.
your dad.
He was
so
not my
he
dad.
cut you some slack. This was my life. So for me, going too hard was always, well, my sex tape. What was
Jesus Christ.
was always the most dangerous thing.
Yeah.
If I, like you said, if
Yeah.
I could notice, if I erased
If you could
something and
see-
I could
yeah.
see a track in the paper, I felt like I was gonna die. My dad was gonna find
Well, he
out.
was
and he
gonna see it,
kick
yeah.
my ass. You don't do that.
You put so much emphasis on that.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
He's
But yes, so that is, I think, for anybody listening, if you feel like my dad is gonna kick your ass,
he probably is.
just
No.
loosen up a bit, all right? At
Yeah.
least for the first part of sketching,
Yeah.
the really, really rough part of it.
Yeah.
Loosey-goosey, as Robert always says.
Like Robert Spine,
Yes.
loosey-goosey.
Yes, exactly that. Oh, man. I hate this episode. But, yeah, just try to stay as loose as you can on the paper and then start narrowing down. And when you start sort of sculpting in your actual sketch, that's when you can start pressing and actually doing solid lines and all of this. You're probably going to have to erase those too at some point, but having that really loose sketch is going to open up so many more doors and make everything actually look cooler, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I love when you see the really rough stuff behind, so you can see the full journey of this piece.
And also, I think that if you sketch loose, you usually don't even have to erase, depending on the style
Exactly.
that you're drawing in.
It's
but
going to erase itself. More or
that's
less.
what I mean.
Yeah.
It becomes part of the sort of the tone of the paper. You know what I mean?
And it adds texture and it adds
exactly.
shadows and it adds all of that stuff that my dad again has been forcing into my skull all of my life.
Mm.
Like just like
Because I don't
it's
think
just gonna
I
add
erase
to
stuff when I paint. Like usually it just becomes part of the page. And if I
That was also
to
something he said.
because
all the
when you
time.
erase, then you get this like super white stuff that doesn't
Exactly.
match with anything.
Yeah.
And then you have to start erasing everywhere to get,
Or the worst part,
Or-
when you have like shit on the eraser and
Oh,
you
yeah.
smear it, and then you
Smear it.
can't erase that.
yeah, it's such a
That
move.
yeah, that's why. Like, so my dad would always say, like, a true artist doesn't need an eraser.
Mm.
Like, don't bring an eraser with you if you're sketching. You shouldn't use it. Like, and that was also like he felt like the super god person
Mm.
that never used an eraser. Like, looking at his sketches, I'm like, dude, you should have used an eraser.
Yeah.
You suck, Dad. But he was a good teacher, though. Like,
Yeah.
in all honesty.
And also
yes.
that is sort of what digital art taught me as well. It was that I could just keep painting over my mistakes.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't using a lot of layers in the beginning. So I was basically just, painting over my mistakes, which was it taught me a lot. And it was something that I would never dare do that with traditional. You know what I mean? Like,
But you should.
No, but I mean, like, now I don't care.
Yeah.
But I mean, back then, it was terrifying. And that's
course.
like, digital art taught me colors. It taught
Yeah.
me everything. So now that when I paint, like, traditionally, it doesn't feel as alien to me as, starting from nothing. Because
Yeah.
digital art just says, like, here's colors, bro. Do whatever. And you can just, like, keep slapping it, like, endless combinations.
Yeah.
Just keep going. And if you don't like it, you can just paint over that. And it just, there
It's
are
so
no
forgiving.
mistakes. Yeah, it's so
Exactly.
forgiving. And it was hard. Like, it was
Mhm.
way harder to paint digitally for me than it was traditionally, like, the act of. But once I got the hang of it, you give it, more than like a few tries. It started sort of clicking.
No.
And then it was like, okay, I really love how they did this color. And then, like, oh shit, if I mix, like, blue to red, that gives me another type of effect.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you just start experimenting, and now I can apply that to my traditional stuff as well.
Yeah.
Like, the rules are the same. The mediums might differ a bit, but you can still get, that same sort of, like, effect of adding, like some colors, when you add, like, a light blue gray tone to them, it becomes this other thing.
Mm-hmm.
And has that, like, amazing effect to the color that, like, I would never have figured that out, or it would have taken me a longer time, or maybe I wouldn't have dared if I hadn't gone digital.
And so I found that out the other way, because I started, so the way I sketch now is I use red and blue
As the
colored
color,
pencils,
yeah.
pretty much, or mechanical pens.
Mm.
And when I go over the blues with the Copics, it sort of mixes in a little bit with the Copic.
Yeah.
And I always use the cool grays,
Mm.
and they have a small tint of blue, I think, in them,
In them, yeah.
which works perfectly with that
Mm.
initial sketch. So, like, for instance, the big Star Wars piece that I recently found out I did 5 years ago. Oh my God, I'm so fucking old. But that one, you can see that when you
Like
look
that
at it, that it's
underpainting,
got
yeah.
that blue tint to it,
Mm.
and it just adds so much.
Yeah.
And it's just exactly
That's why I
what
love
you said.
sketching with colored pencils.
Mm,
Same thing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't always use, a blue or the pink one that comes in those, like, ballpoints.
yep.
But I use the color erase ones, the
Yeah, use those
Prismacolor
too.
ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes I like using, like, really bright ones, like orangey and stuff like that, because that underpainting, or like that paint sketch thing,
Yeah.
like, when that orange sort of peeks through the whatever you put on top of that, it has that burning orange thing
just-
underneath that is
yeah.
so satisfying.
Exactly. And again, like, I think that's where, when you see a lot of sort of beginner artists draw stuff today, it looks so extremely clean.
Mm.
It's because they never do that. Like, I guess they go ink over the sketch, and then they remove the sketch layer
Mm.
and work from there.
Mm.
So it just looks super empty. Like,
Yeah.
So-
I guess, yeah, it's a clean,
like
sort of stuff.
I'm just
I usually-
speculating here,
No.
really,
I
but-
usually have, like, my sketch usually becomes, like, part of the drawing, because I usually make a copy of my sketch layer, but then eventually I'll start sort of, like, making it part of the painting. So
Yeah.
there's like parts of the sketch lines left. Because everyone's like, oh, you have such clean lines. But if I give you my line work, it's very sketchy. And like I never go in and fix it.
Yeah.
I just paint over
You
it.
work with it.
Yeah, and then I paint over it in some areas, and I erase parts of it, and I just like that's how I do it. Because this sort of like sterile sort of like stuff that I just can't do that clean ink. Like it doesn't like for me, I make it lifeless.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, I
Not the
can't
same.
handle it.
I actually I don't. Yeah, I had it sort of kind of figured out back in the day, I think, or like I was close to.
Or maybe you thought you were.
Or yeah,
like,
probably that.
like,
but then like,
at that time,
I just don't have it, and now like I hate layers now. I've just realized that like stop trying, dude. Just do your thing. I have one layer. That's
okay,
when
I
do,
still love layers.
When I do portraits, like especially portraits, everything is on one layer. I draw on the iPad the exact same way I do on a piece of paper. Like
that's cool. Though.
It's so much simpler.
It is fun.
And it does give me that, at least that little bit of extra, let's call it soul to the piece.
But it's also that like instead of erasing, you have to paint over.
Exactly,
Otherwise, you get the white.
Yeah.
You know, like you get back to the.
And then, like for me, the only like the difference in my digital with traditional is the smudge tool, which I have come to love in Procreate now. Like, God, I use that so much.
I never use it.
It's like I
It's
put in
so
a
weird.
big field of color here, and then a big field of color in like on the other side, and then smudge them in between. Like I've learned to
it's
think
so weird that
the
that
smudge.
is like I just paint the color and then I fade it in with the other one just while painting.
Yeah.
And it's so weird that, but also the cool thing that we all do it differently.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of people that they use the blend, like the smudge.
Yeah.
And then just because people are like, oh, how do you blend colors? I'm like, you just paint and then they go on top of each other. Because that's how I blend them.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's always how I blend them.
I mean, I do
Like,
that too.
I know. But that's what I mean. Like it comes like when people see each other's ways of working. Like, oh, shit, yeah, you could probably do it like that. It's just so weird that we all handle the same thing differently.
yeah,
you know what I mean?
that's
Like,
the
it's
thing.
just...
That's what makes art so incredibly awesome. Like, even if every one of us did the exact same thing, it would all be
different,
completely
yeah.
different.
Which kind of ties in with the style episode.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
It doesn't
I guess.
matter. Yeah, like we all are so fucking different in the way.
Like, you can try finding your style, but you can also try escaping your style. Try that.
That is hard.
Yeah.
That is hard. Like, try not to draw in your own style.
Yeah.
That is
It's
fucking-
impossible.
Oh, man. Yeah, you just, like...
It doesn't matter how hard you try it, you would still have like a little increment of your
Dude,
fingerprint
always,
in there. You know?
always. Because, like, like the story I said about trying to escape big eyes.
Yeah.
Took years to get past that.
Mr. Manga.
Dude. That was like, and I loved that genre until people started mentioning. You know, when
it's so sad. They
when-
just
when
killed
you-
it for you.
When you don't aim for it, and
Yeah.
everyone just because they didn't know.
Yeah. They just
It
slapped
just
the
be-
label on it, you
yeah,
know?
yeah.
instead of-
when it, and the thing is, it wasn't like if you compared, you know, like manga to my work, it wasn't even.
No, not
You would. It was just the
it
way
was
that
your style.
No,
Like-
but manga just had an uprise at that point.
Yeah.
So people just called everything manga.
Exactly.
Like I remember cartoons coming up, and they're like, "Oh, they
Oh,
got big eyes. It's manga."
Manga. Yeah, exactly.
And it was like, "No, dude, that is not even Japanese." You know what I mean? Like it
fucking
isn't.
Disney. Like,
Yeah.
they pioneered the big guys. For fuck's
So
sake.
it's very strange. So yeah, that put me off. Now I don't care.
Yeah.
Like now they can call my work manga, and I'm like,
Yay.
I don't care. Yeah,
Thank you.
exactly. Like
But yeah. But yeah, so don't draw too hard or
don't
sketch.
too hard. Yeah.
Too hard.
No, but I think like sketching has a lot of benefits. It's like it is just it's such a good way to get a lot of stuff out in a short amount of time as well.
Yeah.
Because I think that the people put, you know, the emphasis on a sketch is that it should be good.
Yes.
And where I would say it should only be whatever it is you're trying to convey,
Yeah.
like at its minimal. You know what I mean?
If you're not doing the finished piece, it's a sketch.
It's
Like,
a sketch,
yeah.
but that's what I mean. And it doesn't have like
There's no
Like,
pressure. There's
yeah.
no. Well, like if you're feeling any type of anxiety for doing like a sketch or a doodle, you're doing it wrong. Like, let's just say it that
But
way.
dude, I remember trying to make thumbnails,
Mm.
and then I was putting so much. My thumbnails were like miniatures. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it was
I
like
know.
someone took
I remember
artwork,
like your
and then,
folder with miniature or thumbnails, miniatures.
But I just
Can't
put
say
so
that.
much work into them. And then I remember, like, at the back of J. Scott Campbell's sort of, like one of these sketchbooks or the Danger Girl comic books, like, they usually had, like, a couple of pages of sketches.
Yeah.
And,
Oh, he
or
has
like
that
how
in the Danger Girl sketchbook. as
and
well.
in the Danger Girl sketchbook, and he had like examples of like how he made a cover or like how he put up like comic panels and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
And they were beautiful.
No, they
Yeah, they were
Oh
beautiful.
man, no, he just did like he drew like his thumbnails basically had thumbs, as you know, and then he did like a smiley on the face and stuff like that. It was just like super sloppy, you know, just to get the composition right.
Yeah.
Like, and that was it. And then he did, you know, like the sketch, like from that, and then he, you know, like he did a light board or what is it called?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Like-
And then just cleaned out his sketch, you know, started inking on top of his own work, or if someone else did.
Yeah.
But it was just like, oh shit, yeah, okay, that takes like no seconds at all.
Exactly.
So, but it took me a long while to get to that
Yeah.
stage. Like, I'm not saying like it took me over a decade to get to that point.
That's crazy.
I'm
I'm
still
still not there. Like
It's just hard to accept that ugly shit can work.
Yeah.
But now, especially with the ink stuff, when I do the little like thumbnails, they're not great. But you can see that they are an exact representation of the big ones.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like, if you know, you know. Like,
That's what I
that-
mean. Like, you don't need, like, I'm not trying to impress myself, you know,
No,
with
no.
the thumbnails.
It's just
Like, they-
putting the idea on paper.
Yeah.
Just seeing if it works.
If it works, exactly.
Exactly.
And if it works in the thumbnail, it'll probably work a bit bigger.
100%.
Well. And
yeah.
the cool thing is that, like, if it reads, it reads. And also, I don't have to think. Then I can just draw it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Because usually the
You've
reason-
skipped the step.
Exactly. Because usually when I stop drawing in a piece is when I don't know.
Yeah.
That's usually what makes me stop. That's what slows everything down. It's
and
the,
that
the,
comes
the question
with
marks.
the not testing it first.
Exactly.
If you're just like drawing and drawing and drawing and you're getting focused in with the
Yeah.
details and then all of a sudden you're like, shit, like I'm not going to be able to fit the other arm in because I
Exactly.
drew the character too much on the side and
Exactly.
fuck. And then, yeah, you screwed yourself.
Dude, I did that so many times. Like,
yeah, we all did.
I just remember drawing characters like cut off,
Yeah.
or just like getting them to the ankles, and then I just couldn't fit the rest. And then you made like some weird compromise, or you put rocks there, you know,
Water.
water,
Standing
just like all these, like it's water now, I guess.
Yeah.
Uh,
I
and
drew
I did
another
it-
pirate.
and also like, I drew this hand so good, and then like, but the pose is weird because I didn't sketch it out.
Exactly.
So you know, I just like did lines, and then like, I'll have to commit to this now.
Yeah.
And
I
then-
did that this weekend.
Cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
That, oh man, it's so bad. It's so horrible.
Yeah.
Like, to be honest, it's the worst thing ever.
Mm.
And they were like, oh, wow, this is so cool. Yeah. Like, just die.
Sure.
You don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't know anything.
Exactly that.
No, but
But yeah,
sketching can really assist. Like, even if you figured out, let's say you figured out a part of the painting and you've sort of like started. Like, going back to, you know, like, I always have this side paper where I just try stuff, especially with Inktober from last year, where I could spend, like, I spent more time sketching on the side than I did on the actual pieces.
Yeah.
Where I was trying to sort of like teach myself to draw something over and over until I could do it without, you know, because
With the confidence.
with the
or like-
confidence
yeah.
that I needed to make it fit the rest.
Yeah.
So some of the running poses and the jumping poses, that's like pages of me just trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Like, I tried, like, okay, I did it like that. I really like how I made this big line there. Like, how can I keep that but change all the other stuff? You know, that arm looks weird. I'll do the same sketch, but I'll draw the arm a bit different. And then sometimes, by accident as well, because it's
Mhm.
ink, you're like, yeah, that's the flow that I was trying to somehow find, and I found it by mistake.
Yeah.
And then you start like replicating that. So now you have 3 things you know how to do really well, but the legs aren't working. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So I just keep drawing until I have it.
And that's the most frustrating thing too. When you have that happy
Mhm.
accident and you try to reproduce it, and it's impossible.
It's impossible, but if you keep doing it, you start figuring it out. And sometimes I
Yeah,
just draw.
I've never done that.
Yeah, exactly. So what I did was I took those sketches, and then I took a thinner pen, and I tried to sort of make the basic shape of it to understand what makes that so good. And it was like, fuck, it's just this like super tight little triangular like shape there
Mhm.
that I need to, like, if I draw it like that, then I'll add this line here. Like then that happens, but I just can't, when I see it, my mind doesn't read it as a triangle, sort of. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like it becomes too abstract. So when I try to draw it, it's wrong. But if I like draw assist lines
Yeah.
on that first sketch, then I understand how it really is and not how I think it looks. And that really helped sort of transfer that into the final thing.
Yeah.
Like drawing Opa running in perspective and the camera and everything, without actual perspective was super hard. But then I found something that worked. And I was like, if this line is here, then she needs to be like this.
Mm.
And her back breaks that thing. Like you just like, you try to sort of like break it down to the point where you understand it, and then you build it back up. And that really helped me, but it takes time. And a lot of that time ends up sucking. Like,
Yeah.
like the sketches weren't good, but then you put some time into it and you start understanding, and then the satisfaction comes back into it.
Yeah.
And I think like that's the balance you have to sort
But
of.
that is the artistic journey as well. Like no
It
matter
is,
what you
yeah.
do, really. Like to me, that is so impressive that you have the tenacity to keep doing it.
Mhm.
Like because I don't have that patience. I'm
Mm.
like, fuck it. Like
Mm.
I'll do something else, and then that becomes a really cool thing. Hopefully. But no, so many times that I like just let's call it tossed in the pen. Like, fuck this. Like I can't
Yeah.
do that. Like, and it's so frustrating when you have that. Again, just this little doodle, but you have that one amazing thing in there.
Mhm.
Nothing else works, but that one thing, and that's the one thing that you really want to do with the full thing, and it's just like no,
It's not happening.
It's
yeah.
not happening. But you keep doing it, and
Yeah.
you won't
dude.
let yourself stop until you actually get it.
Yeah.
Again, with the not stopping, never stopping thing.
Mm.
So impressive to me that like you definitely have some form of
Oh, dude.
mindfuck thing.
Yeah, it is exactly that.
Like-
I think, and that's like knowing it and utilizing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
Like-
I can't do that with other stuff.
No.
It just comes with this type of drawing right now.
Yeah.
I can't do it as well with digital stuff. Like I do it,
Mm.
but it's not as like
Satisfying.
crazy as when I do it traditionally with the ink.
Yeah.
Like it's become a thing that works.
Yeah.
And I think I trust the process, so I know that it'll work, whereas some other things is more of guesswork. They're both guesswork, but one feels like I can trust the process of it.
Yeah.
And I think that's where sketching is so powerful.
Yeah.
You know that if you sort of use this method, if you want to call it that, you'll get to where you want to go.
Yeah.
So
There's no cheating.
there is no
No.
cheating, yeah. And I guess digital, you can do that even easier, where you can sort of have the sketch underneath, like
Exactly.
at a lower opacity and paint over that. And I do that.
You save so much time.
You
Like,
save so much
yeah.
time, yeah. I can get that out, but it's not as, like, it doesn't trigger me in
No.
the same way as drawing it
again,
over and
that
over
feels
and over
like
and over.
cheating,
It doesn't
a
feel
way.
like cheating. Like I'm past that. I used to struggle
But it's
with
because
that.
you've done that so much.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
So you've passed the bar already.
yeah,
Like,
I don't have
it's-
cheating anymore. Like there
No.
is no, like, if it works, use
Yeah.
that. Like
there is never anything called cheating. Really.
yeah, I know,
If you-
but
if
it's
you
a mental
make it-
state.
yeah.
You know what I mean? When
Everybody
people-
cheats. Like every
everybody
single
cheats,
fucker
yeah.
that you know, that you respect. Like your favorite artist, if
I
you're
don't know
listening.
why the word cheat came into it. Maybe because it sort of like it started with tracing,
Yeah.
and then people like the way that digital art doesn't feel like real art to some, I guess, like there are like, oh, you trace and then you draw digitally.
You fucking cheater.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. And then that thing's sort of like the stigma
The
of being a
haters.
cheater. Yeah. Like they're trying to sort of like, because they can't do what you're doing, it must be a cheat.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
They have to
Like,
justify
yeah.
it that way. Like, oh, okay, that's why I can't do
Yeah.
it, because I don't cheat.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But I recognize that in
No, dude,
myself. I've said that so
recognize-
many
dude,
times.
It took me like, sure, we started with digital art earlier than most, but it's still like the stigma was what was holding me back from starting.
Yeah.
Like I don't do digital art, that's cheating.
And I still, to this day, feel wrong about doing digital stuff.
It's so weird that it's I do
it's
get
still
it.
like in my head. Like it's almost like the weed issue.
Mhm.
Like everybody's like, oh, it's a dangerous drug.
Mhm.
Like, no, the world is over that.
Yeah,
Like,
dude, yeah.
it's just a plant that you smoke now.
Mhm.
But in my head, it's still like, oh, I can't. Like, it's bad. It's
But
bad.
that's because it's illegal in
Yeah,
Sweden.
yeah. I guess.
that
Bad-
does
bad
not
comparison.
help. Hey,
Yeah.
that does not help. But
This
yes,
is how
I
my
do see
brain
your
works,
point.
okay? I only think of sex and drugs. There's no rock and roll in there, but we're getting to it. Sex, drugs, and art.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, okay, so a lot of bullshit about sketching.
Mm-hmm. But I think that is sort of the
I mean,
way
that's
I
the-
view it. Like,
the essence
yeah.
of the sketch, I guess.
Yeah.
Also, like, not to dive into it too much, but just, like, remember the basics. Remember to break things down into the basic shapes. Try to utilize your X-ray vision that you have as an artist. Maybe you haven't trained it enough yet if you're like very, very new to the whole sketching thing. But eventually you will get it. You will become Superman in that way. So you can break everything down into circles and cylinders and triangles and squares or whatever you use in your head. But everything that you look at has that. And it's so cool once you, like, when that pops in your head and you can just, you realize that whatever you look at, you can break that down into like one or two very simple shapes. And with that simple shape comes that thumbnail. And with that thumbnail comes that perfect illustration or art piece.
And also, like, if you know, like, let's say, like a carton of milk, if you understand how it looks, then you can draw it from any angle, you know?
Exactly
like,
that.
It won't be perfect.
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
But I just mean that you could get the gist of it in a lot of different angles.
Exactly.
Like, some will be harder than
You can take the
others.
shape and you can sort of rotate it in your head.
Exactly.
So your head becomes a 3D program.
Yeah. And it's like, at least for like square stuff like that, you know, like
Yeah.
it's, or like rectangular shaped like that, like it's easier and you can sort of like turn them around.
And same with cars. Like when you have mirroring shapes, if you can only see one side of a car, your brain automatically knows that the other side probably looks the exact same but mirrored.
Yeah.
And then that's how, like, you can take that car then and actually rotate it and work with that as well. Like it's of course very difficult.
Like
easy for us
yeah.
to say. But I mean, like, when you train your head far enough or like enough to start seeing this, like you know what I mean.
Because I'm trying to draw animals now since I have to draw Olpa a lot. But some poses with, like, I don't have a problem with drawing humans in certain perspectives now, but it's not as easy for me to sort of like, because like the animal tendons, you know, the way that they bend and stuff like that, their arms and extremities, like,
it's so
when
alien.
you add it, dude, very alien. And when you have a like perspective added to it,
forget about it.
Fuck,
Pinterest.
it's so confusing. Yes,
So
but the
much.
problem with animals and Pinterest is that they have all this sort of fat and like, or lean muscle or like, you know, fur and stuff that covers up some of the sort of like important areas you like. You're like, is that foot just coming out of his chest? You know what I mean? Because like it's black fur on like a black leg coming out of a black ball, and you're like, I don't really like. I see the paw there.
Of course, you have to talk about black balls.
Black balls. I didn't even think about that. And just like let's say when a cat sits on its butt and it has sort of like its legs close to the body, and the paws are, you know, like close to the body.
It feels like a very simple thing to draw.
Exactly, but where
until you start trying to
Exactly.
draw that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know, because I've tried to draw that so many
I've drawn
times.
that a lot, and I understand it now that I've looked at, like Vixie art or whatever Hedvig's username on Instagram is,
Mm.
and Nuka and everyone else. Like when they draw it, and you're like, oh fuck, okay, that's where the sort of like the skeleton, sort of like how it bends and why they're sitting like that.
Yeah.
But when you see a cat, you're like, where the fuck did your legs go? Like, where did the rest of you go? Like,
Exactly,
I can
yeah.
see your paw sticking out of your butt place there, but where is the rest of it? Like,
Yeah.
there are no knees. There's, or the knees are maybe the easiest part to spot,
Yeah.
but the rest of it, like, what happens in there?
Yeah.
So you really need to find some good places, and I think 2D art is way easier for me when I need to figure that out, and then I go back to the real stuff and just like, this.
So that's how the muscle is.
Yeah. Okay. So now I know
like,
where
you have
you're
the general
hiding it,
shape,
yeah.
and then you can break or like start sculpting in.
Or remember those books that you had with animals, how to draw animals and
Yeah,
stuff like
yeah,
that?
yeah.
Those
I
are
love
also
those.
really good because they show you also like how the skeleton go.
Fuck, I don't remember the name of the brand of those, but they were like
A series, yeah. They
Yeah,
had like so
super
many
simple.
different.
they
yeah.
broke it down so easily
And I
for
think
you.
what I liked about them, they were so thin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
It was just
only
like Wildcats.
maybe 30
like, yeah.
pages in one of them, and it just told you the bare essentials, like this is what you need to know.
Yeah.
Like 5 easy steps to drawing a cat face.
Yeah. Cat face, cat body,
Yeah,
all of
and
it,
and it broke all of that down too.
Mhm.
So, and very simple text as well. Like not that we ever read them, but just looked at the
You
images
don't
and
need
copied
text.
it. But yeah,
Could have been easily 30 pages of just art.
yeah. No, I was super lucky to getting like, I think mostly my aunt.
Yeah,
that
I don't even
kept-
know where they got them back
kept-
then because
kept
my
fueling
parents
that.
never got me that kind of stuff.
No,
you know what
my
I mean?
parents didn't really get me that stuff. It was always my aunt or like that part of my
Yeah,
family that
someone
got
that
me
moved
Yeah.
outside of our little bubble there.
Yeah, because they were like, oh, fuck, I don't know what to get Rob. Well, he draws stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, let's get him drawing stuff.
Mm.
Because most of it I never used.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Always getting like those fancy sort of pencils
Mm.
or watercolors or whatever, just like took me 15 years before I even tried any
Yeah,
of it.
half of them were dried up.
Yeah. But still super grateful.
Dude,
So,
I have so many like super old like pens and markers and shit that I got. I don't know when.
yeah.
Like it's like when we were young, like 16, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just still lying around. But yeah,
Yeah. So there is help to get.
there is
Like-
help to get.
Yes.
No, but just fucking like there are no like why try to perfect like what like why are people so critical to like the art that we create? Like why are we so fucking like trying to do this perfect thing that you're gonna hate next week? Like why do we put that pressure on ourselves? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
what did I ever draw this week that I loved the week after? Like nothing.
Nothing. Not
is
a single fucking
Not
thing. No.
and it doesn't matter if I spent like weeks on that thing. I still hate it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Oh, yeah, yeah.
so the quick stuff that you can just like discard easily, sometimes I go back and like that was a good idea. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the stuff that I spent a lot of time on, like especially the good drawings that I did back when I go back, there's so much cringe to that good drawing.
Oh, my God.
Cause
Cringe is really the word here.
dude, it is so
With
the word. Yeah.
Every sketchbook that I like slowly open and then
Mhm.
very fast close again.
Mm.
Yeah, that is the word.
And sometimes I remember them better than they are.
Oh,
like
no.
my brain just like high definition because I was like I had this like pretty cool.
But you had that with my stuff as well. so
No, but I think looking at other people's stuff
yeah.
is different.
No, but in all seriousness, yes, it's all shit.
So don't try to just have fun. Like,
Exactly.
Let it be sort of like if you're gonna make mistakes, make them in there. Somewhere where you can close that shit up and
Yes.
like
Lock it away.
and lock it away. Yeah.
Yes.
So that is what the sketchbook is. It's like a free zone of the danger zone
That's
of,
it.
that no one ever gets to see.
Yes. Into the.
Into the. So yeah, but
Yeah.
it is really worth having one. Sure, all your sketches get compiled into this thing that you can't do anything with, but
One of these days you'll
Yeah.
finish it, maybe.
Mhm.
Like if you are adamant or like an idiot like Ilias, and just keep fucking working on it forever and ever, it's going to be the most satisfying thing ever once you actually have a fully filled, that's a hard thing to say, sketchbook.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, keep doodling, folks.
Yeah.
Keep sketching and keep it loosey goosey.
And then once you fill the sketchbook, you get to start over from scratch.
Yay! I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. Fuck it. Yeah, I actually do want to go home and sketch. So I actually do have to go home and sketch today.
Mhm.
So
I'm gonna go home and watch Supernatural.
yeah, it's such a fucking pussy, man. Yeah, I don't know. I just want to say, we've said like penis and cock so much today. Not even said
Did you
one
have
word
to?
cock. Yeah, I needed to put a pussy in there somewhere. Yeah. What? You want me to say vagina instead? No. Vaju. So moving on.
Yes, moving on before this. Fucking Jesus Christ. And we're back. Tools.
Yeah. What do
I
we got?
haven't drawn in weeks, man. But I did work in After Effects recently. Today.
Nice.
The first thing I've ever.
Recently.
Today.
The only day you did something.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm going to be, like I said before, I'm going to be responsible for a lot of the effects and stuff in the upcoming game that I'm going to be working with.
How does that feel now that you're actually getting started with it?
Terrifying still.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Fuck.
Good. That means it's going to be good.
Because I need to drive the whole thing, not just my part.
Yeah.
You know, I have to like, oh, how's that going? Are you going to do this? Blah, blah, blah. I have to be a bit of a...
My dad.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
Awesome.
this guy has experience, so we're good.
Okay.
But still,
Awesome.
always terrifying.
Well, I mean, that's how you progress. That's how you learn.
Yes.
If it was
And
easy,
like I
everybody
said,
would do it.
when we talked about goals for this year is to focus on work.
Yep.
So not so much on my own stuff, you know, more than like I won't take, like I won't stress about it. I'll do it when I feel like it and then focus on work and really get good at what I do.
Awesome. And that has begun.
It has
Yeah.
begun. Today I figured out that I'm not entirely stupid in After Effects.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, because I started off really stupid and then just like I looked at a few tutorials and, you know, and I've done this several times now, but I just didn't feel as lost.
So you
As
actually understand the language now. Like,
Some of it,
yeah.
yeah. So that I was like, okay, I remember there was something I could do, but then I Googled, you know, something and I was like, oh, yeah, cool. And then you just like, you start figuring it out again because I haven't used this in
I got the
4
weirdest
months.
comparison here again. That's my thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like you're learning to speak Groot. You know?
Pretty much,
I am
yeah.
Groot. I am Groot. I am Groot. Like everybody just sees I am Groot.
Yeah.
And then
but
Thor
there's-
comes in and he just understands him. And he's like,
Mhm.
yeah, I studied Groot. Like, you're
That is so
slur-
good. Yeah, that is actually so good.
So you're getting there, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, but it is fun. It is fun. I really love making effects.
Cool.
Like, so if I can get better at it, that's going to be awesome.
And remember that you have the Sketchbook Heroes logo to experiment
To
on
experiment
and do a
on.
lot of
I
cool
know,
stuff.
that was my plan.
Yes, awesome. Because
So-
I'm not going to fucking touch that.
No, but I really want to make, like, I want to make a glitch logo.
Yep.
Where it sort of, like, it is our logo. It glitches to a traditional logo and then glitches back. You know, like, it glitches, like, and then goes, like, colorless and sketchy and then goes back to the thing.
that
It'd be
should
cool.
that should be pretty easy. Like,
We just need to draw it traditionally, you know, like, looking.
well, that's not easy. But the effect.
The effect.
I know. Just push some buttons, Ilias, all right? I am Groot.
Chop now.
Exactly.
Okay, cool. What do you
Yeah.
have on tools? Have you tried anything?
Well, I haven't tried anything new. I've just, like I said, slowly starting to go back into drawing the
Mhm.
way I used to, and for myself, which is
Mhm.
equally terrifying but so nice. Like
Mhm.
it's such a weird thing. But now I instead of having this big piece of unfinished poster staring at me like you have to finish me, now I have a blank piece of paper saying
The
you
exact
need to
same
keep
thing.
producing, Robert. You
Fuck,
need to
I
do
hate that.
yeah.
I fucking hate that.
So yeah, now I'm yeah. I need to get past that, I guess.
How's social media going?
Social what now?
Because I haven't used it at all except
Yeah.
to promote our podcast. and I saw that I have lost. Let's see how many followers during I'm below. Remember how I passed 14,000?
Yeah.
That's not a thing anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah. How the fuck do you even check how many followers you have? There you go. Oh shit! Yeah, I've lost about 100 followers. I'm down at 13,935.
There you go. Nice.
So when you're not active, yeah, just in the past 7 days, I've lost 60.
Holy shit. That's a lot of
sounds-
like in a week.
Yeah.
But that's because you haven't posted in like a couple of weeks now.
Anything. I don't remember.
was the
when
last time you
let's
posted
see.
and what
Last
was it?
time I posted December 30th.
And it was
And it was this sort of Opa standing on.
Okay,
So it was last time we did a podcast, I think, that I
but
I drew that.
it was a new sketch at least.
Yeah,
it wasn't
it
like a
was-
recycled
no,
thing.
it was a new sketch.
Okay. Yeah.
And it did okay. It had like 1,500. something.
My latest stuff has done really well. Or like compared to
Compared to, yeah. But
what I
that's-
normally have. But yeah, I did like a Robert Pattinson sort of portrait from
Did I
Lighthouse.
miss that?
It's nothing special. Like it's and I did the normal mistake again. Like I
Yeah.
drew it with an angle. So like
Oh, shit, this one.
yeah. So like in that angle, it
missed-
looks awesome. I love it that way. But then when you see it like the way it should be, I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, the hat is like super
Exactly,
big. and
yeah,
yeah. The
yeah.
perspective is, yeah.
But I only did that for fun, and I was at
but
home.
this one, dude.
I love that one.
Fuck,
that
was
one.
good.
So that's the Robert De Niro Taxi Driver,
Mm-hmm.
and that I forced myself to do that one.
That
I
was
was
really
sitting
good,
and
though.
staring at a piece of paper forever. Then I went into Pinterest trying to find an interesting portrait.
Mm-hmm.
I have one of those folders, and it's filled with not a single interesting portrait. And I was like,
I like that one.
I just need to do something. And then, all of a sudden, I just saw that image of Robert De Niro from Taxi Driver and decided to do it. Just get started. And that became,
It's really nice.
it's
though.
one of
I
my
really
favorites
like
too,
it.
to be honest. It's like, I'm really happy with it still.
Mm.
But yeah, that's the only good thing I've produced in forever. Like I tried doing a Bruce Lee thing just to work with a little bit more of body and stuff, and it just looks so shitty. Like I can't get
It's
past
just
it.
like no. The only thing about the Bruce Lee one is that it looks a bit like it's very soft. Like it feels like it's super tiny.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And then you can't get all the details in.
it is super
Yeah.
tiny, but yeah, it looked so much better in the beginning phase of it. Like when I started getting the Copics in there,
Yeah.
but as soon as I layering and layering, it just disappeared.
Yeah,
And
but
it-
that's what I mean. Like with the small stuff that I've done as well, I noticed that as the more I try to add like highlights and details, and especially the thinner the lines need to be,
Mm-hmm.
the worse it looks. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like it's like you gotta go a bit bigger
Yeah.
for those things.
And that's so I wanted to do Enter the Dragon piece
Mhm.
because like it just popped into my head all of a sudden.
Yeah,
It's
you
like
have not
holy
done
shit.
that. Yeah.
Like because that's such an important movie for us. Like
Mhm.
that was before we even knew about like Jackie Chan or any of these people. Like Bruce Lee
Mm.
was there first,
Mm.
at least for me.
I
So
don't remember what
like-
came first anymore. Like it is so long ago.
no, Enter the Dragon came into my life so early.
No, I think Snake and Eagle Shatter is one of the earliest
But,
movies
I mean,
because it came
Your
out in
dad was
'78.
really
Yeah,
he was a big fan of just kung fu flicks in
Yeah,
general. Mine was too, but he wasn't as well versed.
Mm.
So he introduced Enter the Dragon to me when
Mm.
that came on TV, and I was maybe 3 or 4 or something.
Mm.
Just remembered so vividly, especially like the mirror
Mm.
scene with the
It was very epic,
tiger
yeah.
claw or like the sword
Dude,
hand.
I have
thing.
that poster as well.
Dude, it's such an iconic poster.
Mm.
So I wanted to do my own version of that,
Mm.
and that was so much pressure, and I couldn't find good like reference images. So ended up with me, let's just start doodling like a
Mm.
Bruce Lee to get into it, and that became that one.
But before you do, like, if you're gonna pursue the Enter the Dragon one,
Yep.
do me a favor and try to do what I told you, like that I talked about a couple of episodes ago, where you draw a lot of little Bruce Lees
Mm-hmm.
on a piece of paper just to get to know him.
Yeah.
And then you'll eventually find things in Bruce Lee that you will sort of like, oh, this is a Bruce Lee thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because usually when you just draw them the once, you know, Like
Yeah.
you don't get to know them.
No,
But once you
exactly.
start
Yeah.
like doing it a bit, you're gonna get more and more tired of doing it. So you'll just take less and less from them,
Yeah.
but you'll be grabbing stuff that is better. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like you'll be grabbing.
It'll become
for the-
more and more iconic in that
exactly,
way as well.
because
Yeah,
you'll
that's
you'll
true.
be like, this is the Bruce Lee thing, or
Yeah.
this sketch is missing this
Exactly.
thing. This is
Like-
what I missed.
like this shape in the eyebrow,
Yeah, exactly.
that
'cause-
part of the nose, or like
Mhm.
that sort of flick in the eyes, or
Yeah,
whatever it is.
It's just
yeah.
exactly. It's a
It's
small
always gonna
thing.
it's always gonna be that.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good. But again, that's like doing that over and over and over again.
Mm. No, but
Like,
just take
oh my
one.
God.
No, but let's say you have an A4
Yeah.
and you have to fill it with Bruce Lee's, and,
Mhm.
and you know they don't all have to be like super tiny, but do like a profile, do a straight on,
Mm.
do a side thing, do a like the one you did there.
Yeah.
I think that's like it shouldn't take too long to make
No,
them.
no, just
That's like it's not a finished piece that you're
it's
aiming
sketches.
for.
Yeah.
It's sketches.
Yeah.
You're trying to capture the mannerisms of Bruce Lee rather than.
All right, let me toss you a different type of question, because
Mhm.
I do need some help here.
Mhm.
And I did remember I told you about Frederick, my client that works at King now.
You
anyways.
did tell me about a friend that worked at King.
Yeah. But like he's a super geek as well, like
Mm.
one in the family, so to speak. But so I tossed him the question, and I just need help because I want to do another tattoo piece.
On yourself? You
No,
mean,
no, no,
or, like,
Poster.
oh shit, a poster.
A
Okay,
tattooed
cool.
movie poster, because obviously the one that I have done, I don't know if it's gonna come out or when I'm gonna
Mhm.
be able to show
Just to
anything.
show anything.
And I want to get something out there so I can officially be the first one on the planet to put something out there.
Mhm.
So with that comes the pressure of which movie deserves all of this time and love from me, doing the exact same thing, but even better than the one that I already did.
Mm.
So even
But
if that
fucking
one
did-
was the first
yeah.
one, and it's like, so I can't say which movie it is
Yeah,
yet,
but it's so iconic,
It's
so
such
yeah,
a big
fucking-
and important movie for me that
Mm.
it's perfect for that thing.
That
Like
thing,
it
yeah.
deserved every single poke of the needle that hit that
Mm.
skin. But I need to find another movie that is equally important, and
Mm.
I can't get it. So what Frederick said was Mad Max, because like Fury Road was the first poster I did,
Mm.
but going back to Road Warrior or like
Mm.
one of the earlier ones, I thought that was like a really cool idea.
It's a cool idea, but Mad Max never had that. Like, it was one of those movies that I enjoyed as a kid.
And it's so
but
iconic too.
Yeah, but it didn't have the impact on me.
No, not in the same way
in
that
same
the other
way
one
that- yeah,
movie.
exactly.
Because
Like,
that one stayed, like, you saw it and it stayed with you.
dude,
and-
you didn't just see it. You
No,
saw it.
exactly.
You saw it.
And
a
even seeing
lot.
it today, it's
Yeah.
still as impactful. Seriously, it is such a great movie.
Mm.
But yeah, so that was one. And then he said Night of the Living Dead.
Mm.
And that made me think of Return of the Living Dead, you know, the funny one.
Yeah.
And I thought that could be like a cool thing too, because it's like very punk rock. It's
Yeah.
you could do a lot of fun stuff with that type of poster.
Mm.
But again, it's not like it didn't shape us in that
No.
way.
But I
Like-
guess Big Trouble had that impact.
Yeah.
And you did a couple of sketches for that, but
Yeah, and
I
I'm
don't-
not happy with
and
any
you
of those.
weren't happy with it.
So
Yeah,
that
exactly.
is
So that is
actually-
because that one did have like it's not one of the greatest movies out there, especially when
No.
you try to watch it now and there's no nostalgia to it.
Yeah.
It is a tough watch, but like for us, oh man, like that movie was so iconic. Like it
Yeah.
had the Chinese mysticism that we loved, the martial arts aspect of it that we couldn't tell sucked.
It had the American action. It
Exactly.
had-
You had the
and
Jack Burton
exactly.
truck driver and like
Womanizer.
womanizer slash, like he was the everyman. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? Like
yeah.
he was aimed for everyone.
The quirky,
Yeah.
like stupid, funny dude. You know?
like stupid Westerner sort
Exactly.
of getting mixed into this like
Yeah.
Chinese.
Yeah, but I mean,
Mysticism,
as many times as we have brought it up, of course, it was one of the first ones that I thought of as well. But because I've already done like a piece, it didn't feel like something that I should do. But yeah, in all honesty, Like that's
It's
a
great
good
character,
contender.
but
It's
I think it has like
definitely-
good characters. Like Lopan is gold.
Yeah.
Like one of the monsters, that floating ball with the eyes.
Yeah.
That one.
What
like,
is it? Why
what
is it there?
Yeah, exactly. Like
yeah.
it has a lot of that. And also, you haven't really done a proper Ninja Turtles poster either.
That's the one that I started.
Which would
yeah,
be pretty cool.
the
like,
1990s
Yeah.
Turtles movie one.
Mhm.
Yes, I've actually started gathering references and stuff for that.
And it could
yeah.
be like it could either be the movie or you could just make it as a poster for the trilogy.
Turtles, yeah.
Exactly, like a homage for the whole
Yeah.
thing for the movies though, like
Yeah.
movie style
Yeah.
one.
So, but we're on
Yeah.
the same wavelength then.
Mm.
That's good. But actually, hearing you say both Turtles and Big Trouble,
Mm.
because I have
But- yeah.
two skins, two tattoo skins.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, okay, good. So you pretty much made it like,
And one movie
sold it.
that I actually like had a big impact on me, and I saw it so many times, was actually Batman with Michael Keaton. Both the first
89
and-
one. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Both the first one with the Joker, because Jack Nicholson, terrifying.
Yes.
With the fucking, like, he was the perfect fucking Joker.
The first
for
time
the
we
time,
saw
yeah.
like a proper Joker,
Yeah.
because we didn't really watch the show. in the
I
same
did
way.
actually watch the show a lot, but
But
it didn't have that impact. It was
No.
a stupid show, sort of
Exactly.
like, Batman.
It was funny.
Yeah, it was funny. Exactly. It was, you didn't take Batman seriously
No.
until Tim Burton came in
Exactly.
and sort of.
And you have Jack Nicholson being funny, but also scary as fuck. Like you never knew where you
Yeah.
had him. Like, so
No, dude,
yeah.
Jack Nicholson has always been scary,
Mm.
but that, like, fucking put him in the.
To this day, I
Yeah.
can still hear the laugh of him at the very, very end, but from the laughing machine.
Yeah.
Like when they zoom out
man.
and he's just lying there on the ground and it's the thing.
Mm.
Such a perfect way to end that
Dude.
movie too.
And
Yeah.
pulling that character off
Right?
is not great. Like, it's hard. It's a
Mhm.
tough fucking character to pull off.
Yeah.
And there's only a handful of people that have managed to do that properly,
Yeah, and only a handful of them survived.
That is true. That is fucking true. But it is, I don't know.
Even
like,
if Jared Leto
that
died
Batman,
the social
dude,
media death, but
even that Catwoman was so good
yes,
compared to
that was-
anything that has come after.
That was on TV just like a few nights ago,
oh, really?
to
I
be
don't
honest.
have-
So I only
yeah.
saw the very, very last piece of it,
Mm.
but I totally forgot Christopher Walken was in it.
Oh, shit. He's the love interest or the,
like
the guy.
boss.
Yeah, the boss. Yeah,
exactly. So that's
yeah,
when
that's true. That's
that's exactly when I started, when he got sort of killed off.
Mm.
Spoiler. By Catwoman at the very, very end, and it's such an iconic scene. Like she grabs the two electrical things and
Mhm.
kisses him with
Oh,
it and electrocutes him.
shit.
Like it's so sad. Like
Mm.
it because he creates her and
Mm.
then
He creates her?
so he pushes her
He
out of the window,
oh,
right?
you mean, yeah, exactly.
and then
exactly.
the cats sort of give her
Give
life.
her, I don't know what the fuck happened there. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
nothing I say about that. Yeah, no.
No.
But yes.
We've already mentioned those.
They lick her wounds somehow. That's
Yes.
what they do, yeah.
Yeah. So they give her their 9 lives.
I don't
guess.
know. Yeah.
Anyways.
But she's awesome when she comes
yes.
back.
Yeah.
Because she's such a
Her.
nerd before,
Like,
yeah.
She does the flick flacks or
Yeah.
the backhand springs out.
Yeah.
And then meow. And then
Mm.
boom. Fucking. Oh, it's so epic. Yes.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's actually. But I think I'll do like a normal poster
Mm.
poster for that one.
Mm.
But yeah, either Turtles or
Also, dude, like, it's a classic, and it had a big impact on me, Willow.
oh yeah,
like,
yeah.
I
That's
don't
also
remember
in
it
the
as
bag
clearly
as-
now, but dude, I watched Willow countless times. Like every, like you
we should actually watch that.
we should actually,
Yeah.
we could, because I haven't seen it since back then either.
No,
like,
I have, but it's been like 3 years or so.
no, okay, yeah, I haven't seen it in forever. I thought about watching it with my kids, but I don't know.
It's
like,
dark. Like it's
Yeah,
pretty dark.
I
I mean,
know,
it's
I know,
not
I know.
like.
We watched the trailer, and my kids wanted to see it, and then they forgot about it.
Oh, okay.
But it is, I don't know. Like sometimes those movies aren't that great. We watched Labyrinth, and that worked.
Mm.
But sometimes those movies are so slow
did that work?
it is. Dude, I don't know. Like it is.
That's the weirdest fucking thing.
It is the weirdest.
But
thing,
I was
but
like,
it's a
'cause
bit
I saw
scary.
it
It's
just, like-
uncomfortable. Like it gets
a year ago, I think.
yeah. And I saw it maybe like a year and something ago.
No, but that was the first time I saw it.
Oh,
So I
yeah,
hadn't-
shit. Yeah, you told me. No, I
Mhm.
saw it. I loved Jennifer Connelly.
Yeah.
Even back then.
But such a fucking it's so weird, in a good way.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I would love to see Willow like in this.
We're on Tools. You know that, right?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, fuck.
I know. But yeah,
And-
we were talking about the movie poster and what I
Oh,
should be
shit. That
doing.
was it. Yeah, so we're
Yeah.
sort of
We're
safe.
still there.
Yeah.
We're still
Cool,
there.
cool.
Yeah. But yes, I want to do a Willow poster as well.
Mm.
But okay, let's see after we actually watch Willow.
Yeah.
We'll see how important it feels.
It feels
Yeah. But no, I think, to
Or
be honest, like
Beastmaster.
Big Trouble, I think, is the one like that actually
I
because
actually
it keeps coming
like-
back.
yeah.
I fucking own 3
But
copies of it.
It has such
love that movie
fucking
so
iconic
much.
characters. You know, the 3 Straw Hat Men.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
having
yeah, yeah.
those sort of at the bottom, and then you know.
Yeah, and then
low
you can
pan.
work with
Yeah.
like electricity.
It would
and,
be cool
like,
to
all
have like
that.
a bad guys poster and a good guys poster as well,
Ooh.
because it has the fucking cast
It
for
does.
it. You know, like
Yeah, it
the
really
3
does.
storms, that eyeball. You know, Lopan, the furry fucking guy, that kind of monster that survives everything. It has so many cool things you could do with it.
Yeah,
It would
Yeah.
be cool with like twin posters.
dude, you're giving me way too much work here.
Mhm.
I only wanted to do 1 poster.
But
Now
now
I
you
have
have
like
ide-
5.
But now you have ideas to pick
Yeah,
from.
that's true. Yes, a plethora.
Also, I
Uh,
still love my Leonardo thing. I was like, like fixing stuff there yesterday, looking for something, and then like, it's nice. It's nice. It's right.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's one of the good ones. All right. So I guess stay tuned, everybody,
Mhm.
to hear which one I will be doing, and actually be able to post the process and stuff
Mhm.
with while I do this.
Mm.
So yeah, it's gonna be horrible and equally awesome.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Moving on.
Moving on.
Moving on. Pow-pow. That's what she said.
Also retro.
Actually, what he said.
Mhm.
Yeah, retro.
Let's do this.
Oh
I've
my God.
seen only. Oh well, I've seen a couple of things,
You've seen a lot of things, I think.
but mostly supernatural.
yes.
And let's start at that end. I don't have that much to say, but I used to love when Supernatural came out. Whenever the fuck it came out,
You introduced it to me.
I think you. No. I think you introduced it to me, and then I said, "Oh shit, I've already seen the first episode."
Okay.
Because you told
that
me,
rings a bell.
yeah, because you told me about this show, like, oh, it's these 2 brothers, blah blah
Mhm.
blah, something, and I was like, okay, I'll check it out. And then when I did check it out, I had already seen it, the
Wasn't
first
I
episode.
in Germany then?
I don't remember, dude.
I
Like, I
think-
don't know when Supernatural came out.
Because that was
Like, has it been over a decade?
that was
right? Let's see,
2007
Supernatural.
or 8, I think.
So many.
Maybe
Fucking.
2008.
Okay, it started back in 2005.
5.
So that was before you went to Germany,
Holy
and
shit.
before I went to the stunt school place. Jesus Christ!
Oh my god.
Okie dokes, bro.
Yeah,
Holy shit, 2005?
that is so old.
That is super fucking old.
Holy shit, 15
Okay.
years?
Okay, what the fuck? Yeah.
Okay. But
Okay,
yeah,
dokes.
yeah. But it
So-
still holds up. Like,
It, like-
and I did, like, before you revisited it,
Mhm.
I did as well,
Mhm.
but only the first 2 episodes.
Yeah, I didn't go that far back. I started
But
where I left off.
I loved it. Like, I really, really
Mm.
loved it. And it's so iconic. But
Mm.
again, like, I saw it with the new fake music, and it just ruined it so much for
yeah.
me. But, like, you know, I could imagine what type of music was supposed to be there, and that it
No,
felt okay.
but dude, they have this iconic scene in an episode where he listens to "Eye of the Tiger" and he comes out of the window by the end and just like, you can't cut that shit out.
No.
Also, there are different edits on the Netflix one and the normal one where
What?
they've recut the first episode because of the music. I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it is a bit different.
And it's on Prime as well. Like, Prime has
I can't see
the
anything
whole,
on Prime.
the whole thing.
because Prime
But
Video
they have
sucks.
the other music. That's the thing.
Oh, the weird music.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
That's
So-
why. Because I was super happy that they had it. Because I was
Oh,
like,
okay, yeah.
this has to be like the
No,
proper one.
But
No.
But do you have the DVD box thing?
And that's
The original.
no. That's
What
the,
the fuck?
that's what I
Because in
mean.
the US, the DVDs have the original,
of course they do.
but not the
The European one, then
I guess the European ones.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So
Yeah.
order it from somewhere else.
Exactly. Yeah. No, it sucks. It made me so mad.
Oh man, that show without its music is rubbish. Like
Yeah.
it is like the whole character Dean builds off of that music,
Yes.
like and why he loves it and everything.
Yeah, it's half of the show.
Yeah, and also exactly when they drive and sing along.
Or we
Oh
sing
man,
along.
yeah.
Yeah.
It has a really good scene where he drives the car and sings to one of those like old, like not rock songs, but you know, like one of those like ballads, like super cheesy.
Yeah.
I don't remember what song it is now. I don't remember if it's like I'm all out of love. I'm so lost without you. And I don't remember the context now because I've seen so many episodes.
Yeah.
But it's so good. Like Sam like is looking straight ahead. They're in the car. And you know, like Dean is driving and just like saying the words quietly and just like just doing the faces. And then when his brother's looking, he's like looks out the window, but then kind of gets into it again. Like it's so
Yeah,
good.
I can see it.
But
Yeah.
it is like their chemistry though. That's I think why I could like start watching it again.
Yeah.
Because
So how are you watching it before you go into?
like I'm just watching where I sort of
Left
like
off.
left off, or I thought I left off.
Oh, okay,
So
okay.
I've seen 2 seasons that I've already seen.
Yeah.
But this time around though, like when I started watching from the beginning, you know, like the show was set up. These 2 brothers are supposed to find their dad while solving, you know, these like
Random
or
sort of
stopping these monsters.
monsters or ghosts.
Because they're
whatever.
basically hunters, you know, and they
Yeah.
hunt the supernatural, so they don't sort of like ruin our lives. And
They save us all.
they save us all while trying to find their dad.
And listen to good music.
And when you get to that point where they sort of save the dad, the show sort of loses focus.
Yeah.
And starting from the beginning back then, that kind of mattered
Yeah.
for some reason. And what follows isn't that great, I thought then. But now that I look at it for what it is, you know, sort of like 2 brothers on the road, you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
drawing no parallels here.
Not at all.
It's just a fun fucking ride.
Yeah.
And the story is sort of secondary, but not bad. Like it's taking a different like turn now with angels and shit, but it's still good.
Yeah.
Like I still enjoy it. Like I'm laughing. They're saying stupid shit. You know, goes from super like dramatic scenes to these super lighthearted episodes that are just plain stupid.
Yeah.
You know, with sort of like imaginary friends coming to life, and you know,
They even
like,
have the Scooby-Doo episode.
dude. They
like-
have
I still love that. I don't know if you've seen it yet.
no, but they have Groundhog Day. You know, they have it all. Like
Yeah. They do
every
everything.
now and then, they do these crazy episodes.
And they can do whatever they want.
Dude,
with it.
they
Like,
fought vampire Nazis. They've done like everything, and it is fun.
Yeah.
You just laugh, and sometimes, like the references.
Mm-hmm.
That is something that I love. It's references that I actually know.
Yeah.
You know when they're using them. Like sometimes they're like blah 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 Rush Limbaugh, and you don't know what the fuck who that is.
Yeah.
But in this one, you do know. Like we did look up Rush Limbaugh though.
Yeah,
But I'm just saying that it has a lot of references that I personally know, and makes it even more fun.
Yeah.
They meet this girl called Charlie Bradbury, which is the science fiction author. Their FBI names are just rock stars all the time, you know, like rock bands or like
Yeah,
singers. Like it's
Jethro
super
Tull.
dude,
yeah, stuff like that.
Dude,
Yeah.
it's all the time. Like every new episode, I'm just waiting for the detective names, and it's always just like a rock duo or you know like famous. You know, like they're very funny. So it has a lot of heart. Like at least up to season 10 where I'm at now, and I think I'm like halfway through that as well.
Okay.
But it is. I don't know, like it's very entertaining, and it goes up to season 15. We'll see how it holds up when I get past 10.
Yeah.
But at some point, I think it's going to sort of like
Yeah, it has to.
Yeah, because I'm seeing it in other shows that are running for too long. Like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, for example. Like it just doesn't feel like a show anymore.
But
It feels
keeps
like
getting
skits.
watered down.
Yeah,
I think.
and also they're just doing sort of like before it always almost started at the bar. and they were trying to sort of like ruin someone else's life for and to
For
sort of make their
entertainment,
to make their lives better somehow.
Yeah.
And then now it feels more like sketches. You know what I mean? Like it's just like we're on vacation, we're on this thing, we're on that thing.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like it feels like something else.
Yeah.
Like Arrested Development season 4.
Yeah.
But so far though, the chemistry between the actors and characters, it's so good that it's fun.
But
Like,
I mean, like you're at season 10. That means 10 years of them doing a show together.
Works.
They
and you see
they
it. Yeah.
are brothers.
Yeah.
Like they are officially married. Like
No, but I'm waiting to
Yeah.
now to go back and look at sort of like blooper season 1 to 10, so I can just see some behind the scenes stuff just to get a bit of the background, like how they are together, like outside of the show.
yeah.
So
But yeah, no, and it makes me want to go back and actually see it too.
it is actually like I do recommend it if you've watched everything else you want to see. Like it is a fun fucking show. Like is every episode epic? No, but most of them are really good.
Yeah.
So it has a lot of like the entertainment value is high, especially if you get the references, which is fun.
Well, yeah, it feels like a show made for us, more or less.
Very much so.
Yeah.
And also, for those that don't know, if you ever heard me say bag of dicks, that's like early episodes, like season 1 to 3.
There you go. He didn't make it up himself, folks.
I did not make a bag of dicks.
No, but we carried it on, my wayward son. Yes.
Also, on Viaplay, you have it with the rock music.
Good. Yeah, because that's the shitty thing. Yes.
That's the good thing.
The good thing.
That is not the shitty thing.
Well,
That's
I don't have Viaplay. Son of a bitch. I've seen a whole bunch of stuff. Not a lot of stuff that I feel I need to get into. Rewatched the first season of Stranger Things. Introduced that
Very
to Sana. Also, because season 4 is premiering sometime this year.
That is the worst.
Yeah.
Dude, I expected this to come last summer or whenever the fuck
It was supposed to be Christmas, I think.
Was it Christmas?
It was
oh shit! Yeah,
Christmas,
the commercial came out on May or in May sometime.
Yeah,
and then for Christmas.
I'm
Yeah,
pretty
that is
sure.
true.
But now, probably spring.
Sorry.
Yeah, so probably I don't know, April, May, some shit. But still holds up. Like the first season is perfect, and to be honest, you didn't need the other seasons. Like it was good the way it is, and it ends on a nice sort of cliffhanger, of course. But it was it's just a perfect movie in itself. Like the characters are great.
They could actually just remove the intros in between and just have it be
do
a
one
thing.
Yeah, for sure. So much heart in the first season too. And they didn't go all weird and nuts and experiment with whatever the fuck they did in the other seasons. Such a perfect season. So if you haven't seen Stranger Things yet, fuck, I'm actually wearing the shirt. I just realized.
Oh yeah, yes you are.
If you haven't started watching Stranger Things, please do. It is one of the best things that Netflix has ever produced.
No, it is really good. Even I loved it.
Yeah, I mean that does say a lot. Apart from that, I rewatched the first Guardians again. Still holds up. Loved it. Finished the show Unabomber. That's not the one with the actual because there's 2 Unabomber shows. One is the more documentary version with interviews and all that, and then the other one is with the Avatar guy. What's it? Sam Worthington?
I don't know.
But yeah, just pretty much. It was interesting because the first part of the show was about capturing him or finding out who he was. He was the guy that mailed bombs to people. Yeah. And then towards the later part of it, it's more about him and what happened to him. And he's played by the guy who plays Vision.
Oh shit! Yeah. Name.
So exactly.
Add name here.
Fuck Paul something. It doesn't matter.
I saw it today even.
Oh yeah, of course. He's a cool actor though.
He's awesome.
I
I
really
like
love him. Yeah. Fuck. So did they apparently.
That sounded like a fucking scary doll. I've watched too much Supernatural. It's just
No, I think Will is single and he's trying to hit on the painting girl.
There you go.
Yeah. But yeah, so I finished that show. It was good, but like towards the end, I was actually kind of more looking at my phone than anything. Like it lost me. But finished Cobra Kai, season 3, kicking ass. Still one of the new favorites. I really enjoyed it. Finished season 6, 99. Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
I totally just fell off the wagon there.
Yeah, I just really wanted to see.
Or maybe I
it.
saw it. I don't
And
remember.
actually, I recognized a lot of the episodes, so I think I've seen it already. Actually, it might have been a few seasons ahead in Australia. Maybe that's why.
Dude, yeah, season 6 came out like ages ago,
Yeah,
and it
yeah.
just hit Netflix.
Exactly.
It's so weird.
So weird. But still delivers. It's still Brooklyn Nine-Nine. God, I love that show. Like,
Dude,
it is...
that show is still as good as it was in the beginning.
Exactly.
Like, it is fun that they've managed to keep the level of quality and fun in it without losing sort of the show somewhere along the way.
The only thing now is that it's become very predictable. Like, it's still... They do have, like, these murder cases that they need to solve every once in a while, and they have become very predictable. Almost like Scooby-Doo. Like, you can almost tell immediately who...
Oh, shit, yeah,
like,
I
the
saw.
bad guy
I've
is.
finished the season. Damn it, I accidentally pressed it.
Episode 1.
Spent all these years.
Haven't seen a woman in many moons or something.
Yeah, but I've seen that.
And then I saw the latest animated entry into the Warner Brothers universe, Batman: Soul of the Dragon, which is why I remembered Enter the Dragon, to be honest.
Cool.
But it's like...
Where did you see this?
I had to buy it,
Ah.
so of course. Bought it on PlayStation Network.
Mm-hmm.
But it's sort of Batman in the 70s, so it is very like Bruce Lee-ish type.
That's cool. That is very cool.
And some actually Mark Dacascos is in it.
What?
Michael J. White. Jai White. Fuck, I always say his name wrong.
J.
And then so like the whole sort of team that they assemble in this movie are all kind of famous actors. So like good voice actors. The animation is like so. It feels like just an episode from, a animated TV show. So it's nothing special like that, but it's still a grown up.
But is it like
animation show.
Because the torchlight in Torchlight?
It's almost like
that.
that.
One was like action wise, but it was good. The story was so good that you didn't really care,
This one doesn't have sort of that same depth of a story. Like Gaslight is such a dark. It's Mike Mignola who's done Gaslight, so
is it?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
shit,
why it's
I
very.
totally-
It's got that sort of Hellboyish type vibe to it.
clunky or chunky.
Yeah.
I don't know what to call it. Yep.
Thick, dark.
Yeah,
Clunky. Let's just call it clunky.
Yeah, like in a good way.
Yeah,
but
and you can tell, like, once you know that and you see the animation, you can tell that they went that way. It's not like that. It feels, or maybe like a mix of that and the animated series, like somewhere in between. But I mean, it's a cool kind of 70s action type movie, like very Enter the Dragon-ish type. So like I've seen it twice just because. Fuck, I always do that, and it still entertained me. Like it's like very short about the story. It's there's this gate into like hell that the bad guys are trying to open, and they need
the plot for Hellboy.
Yeah, pretty much, and they need like a special type of sword to help open it, and like a woman that Bruce or Batman trained with has that sword, and you get to see flashbacks of them training and how he sort of learned more about kung fu and stuff. And also like a little bit of espionage spy drama thing in there. So like a little bit of everything, but very much in the style of the 70s type shows.
Very cool.
So yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it, but I wouldn't pay like full money for the movie unless you collect them like I do. I would wait for it to come out somewhere where you can watch it for free, because it's going to be out on Netflix at some point.
Yeah, I haven't seen a lot of those on Netflix lately, though.
No,
like
it's because they've got their own fucking thing.
Of course they do.
Yeah, shit. That's
yes,
right.
Of course, that is it.
DC has their own, and then they have a deal with HBO or HBO
HBO
Max.
Max. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fuck.
That's it.
son of a bitch. I don't want to get that.
But I already have HBO, so hopefully in a year we'll get HBO Max.
But
or
it's like,
something.
what would be the reason to get HBO Max?
Dude, there is no reason to have HBO right now.
No. Yeah.
But I was thinking, like, fuck, is there a cartoon Hellboy show? Like,
There's
like,
movies. I have 2 of them. I don't know if they've made more.
Fuck, because, you know, like, those...
And they've made, they are
Are they
made by Del Toro.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's like, almost like,
But is the animation good?
no.
No.
The animation is very
Fuck.
cheap.
Because Hellboy feels like something you could make a cool fucking show on. Oh, that's not right.
But yeah, so don't get HBO, I guess.
No.
No.
There are some good shows. Like, I'm starting to see a lot. The new Mortal Kombat.
Is that going to be...
On HBO, fucking HBO. I don't know if it's HBO Max or HBO, but it's produced by HBO, I think.
Because, I mean, Warner Brothers, they have the games.
They have the games?
Yeah.
Oh, well,
So
maybe
then
it
it
is an
is-
HBO Max thing.
Yeah, probably.
But apparently it's going to be, like,
Intense.
yeah. So they haven't released that trailer yet, though, which sucks because
Yeah.
otherwise we would have watched it.
Yes.
But from the screenshots, it looked pretty cool. So,
Nice.
yeah, we'll see.
Do we know, what do you know about it? Have you... Like,
Oh, dude, I read this, like I skimmed an article, but emphasis on blood.
okay,
Like
so...
brutal, like
Mortal
really,
Kombat.
yeah. No, so yeah, going that brute instead of going this, like, you know,
PG...
exactly.
Yeah.
Although I did fucking love that movie, like it held up, like it was
Yeah.
entertaining
Yeah,
through
for
and
sure.
through. So I think the worst thing about the Mortal Kombat movie was that little Sub-Zero, like trampoline thing.
Like, it
that
was-
was the only thing, and we solved that technically
Yeah,
just between us.
yeah. So,
Like
we saved it for ourselves.
for
I guess.
ourselves, yeah. But I just don't understand why that scene is there. Like any stunt professional
Yeah.
could have figured that out. You know, like,
Exactly.
okay, he goes there, he starts jumping, you
And
do
then
the trampoline, you cut
cut.
the trampoline out, you have him just do the...
Ta-da.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you could have
so
just
easy.
fucking...
They did that so many times, too.
in every other movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, fuck. Garbage.
So
but
much. Yeah.
but the movie, all in all, is good.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, but I'm a bit excited about this. And from a guy that hasn't played any of the games past, you know, whatever came after Mortal Kombat 2, I played another one
Yeah.
after that on the Super Nintendo.
I have the X
Ultimate.
one.
I think I had... Oh, you have the X
Yeah,
one?
yeah.
Like the 3D ones?
Oh, yeah.
Holy shit. Yeah, I've only seen sort of like gameplay videos of it on YouTube, you know.
It's good. It's good.
No, that's what I've heard. I've heard that they are fun, like in the way that they are super stupid. With, because I think maybe the only place where the X-ray breaking people's body with X-ray vision is the only place you should use it is Mortal Kombat, because it's done silly, you know, when
Yeah.
you can, like, I think there's one where you can break someone's testicles or something.
Yes.
With an X-ray vision.
Oh, yes. It's
like,
horrible.
See through, yeah. But it's like that's how you use that, and never anywhere else where you have like if the movie's serious, you never use that X-ray thing.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Oh man, it's such a garbage thing to do.
Yeah.
Where the fuck did that start?
I don't know.
Because it's just fucking like wildfire. You know, every cool movie, action movie had that like. Oh, when they break and then it goes to X-ray, like yeah, exactly. Oh, it's so bad.
I'm
It's
trying to
so-
think back, like, where did I see that the
Dude,
first time?
it felt like I saw it everywhere
Yeah.
at some point.
Because I, like,
Yeah, I don't have a movie in
no,
mind
it
now
pops
that
into
has
my
it.
head from Never Back Down, but they only have the one shot of it just to emphasize that his ribs get broken.
Mhm.
But
But
like
they've
the
done
end
that-
fight,
yeah.
or no, it's not even the end fight. It's the fight before the
Oh,
end.
we
fight.
can do that next time when we're watching in the cinema.
Yeah.
There's probably like a fucking YouTube clip
Oh, yeah,
just
for sure.
summarizing all the movies
Yeah.
that have used the X-ray,
X-ray,
and then we
yeah.
can judge if we find that
Great.
cool or not. Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah.
But what have we seen that we've both seen?
We've seen the new
Wanda.
Wanda.
Dude, just
Wanda.
because Wanda and Vision.
It's so
are
hard to say.
It's so hard to say.
Wanda
yeah,
Vision.
Vision.
Because it's Wanda Vision.
Wanda Vision. Yeah, exactly.
Wanda Vision.
Wanda Vision.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
Why
And
did you
I
do
love-
this?
I love what they did with the name though.
Yeah.
That it's like those like old toaster appliances or like
Yeah,
Cadillac.
yeah. I
type
didn't
of-
think of that, to be honest.
because that's
awesome.
what they did. And it looks so nice. Like the handwritten sort of like emblem of the Cadillac as well.
Yeah.
Like it has that. Like
Yeah, it's very 50s. That's
it's,
true.
It's
yeah.
so fucking good. But then the show.
It's so weird.
It's so weird, dude.
And what about
I
that
thought
sort
it
of
was a spoof.
interplay thing?
Yeah,
like that
exactly.
little commercial thing.
Mhm.
And why did that have the red light thing in there?
Yeah. That's what I'm super.
I'm so confused.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so, like, I think you're not too excited about it.
I'm not. Like,
No.
when I watched it, and I was like, oh, they're doing this, like, 50s sort of,
Yeah, like Hello Lucy.
Hello, yeah. But then
whatever.
it just keeps going. And
And
it
go-
keeps
yeah.
going. Oh, yeah, by spoilers, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Just, like,
if you
I
haven't
guess,
seen,
Yeah.
I mean, by now you should have seen
Yeah.
it. It's
But it
funny.
is weird.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, it just goes through and is a 50s sort of sitcom.
Yeah, they don't break
They
at
don't
all.
fucking break it.
But so
It is a bit charming, though. Like, it's well produced.
yeah, and
But-
actually it is like I just saw something about
Yeah.
it this morning. But they shot it with those original cameras as
Oh,
well.
shit.
So
okay,
it is
okay.
like
It is what it is.
and
yeah.
actually made with I think a proper audience as well. Like because they
is
shot it
so
before,
weird.
like
Yeah.
when they actually could have done that. But
Mhm.
yeah, so they went all in, which is so cool.
Super cool, and it's so weird. Like,
Yeah.
it's everything else than I expected it
Yeah.
to be.
So you only saw 1.5 episodes.
Yeah, 1.5.
and
like
I saw the full 2,
Mhm.
which came
I
out.
didn't even know there was just 2. I was
Yeah.
just not interested at that time.
No,
I was
they-
like, I'll watch later.
They released 2 from the get go. So and now I think it's 1 every week.
Mm.
But yeah, so I'm very interested because I know I've heard that this is the kick off of the next phase in the Marvel
Mm.
movie.
But that's why
universe.
I'm watching. And also, I know a bit about the Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
Or Wanda. And through other comics that I've actually read.
Yeah.
And there is, when her, I guess, for those that haven't read the comic, when her brother gets sort of like, he gets killed, she gets together with Vision at some point, and then, like, things happen, and she goes bananas.
Yeah.
And she is one of the most powerful characters as well.
In the entire MCU.
Yeah.
Yes. She is like
She can
she doesn't-
break realities and create realities
yeah,
and
she
stuff
can
like
do
that.
whatever she wants more
Yeah.
or less.
But
She doesn't know this.
and that's
like,
the problem with, I think, with the show, that they don't give her any, like, like the screen time that she gets is very
exactly.
like, and if you know the character, there is such power in that character.
Mhm.
It's just, like, that's not where the story is at this moment. But they also, Wanda Vision just doesn't, like, it doesn't make you interested for me, like, at this point at
No.
least. Like, just hearing about the show, I wasn't like, oh my God, yes, this.
No, same.
Uh,
This was the least sort of pep I've ever been for any type of
And,
Marvel,
Yeah.
or maybe.
But they've done a lot of good, so I'm willing to give it a chance.
exactly.
And I guess that's why I'm watching it rather than
And what I've heard, so it's 9 episodes they're doing actually.
Okay, yeah.
And so what I've heard, and this is from Paul Bentley, the guy, Vision.
No, Paul Bentley. You found the name. Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
I didn't find it. It's in my head.
Okay, it's in
So
your.
maybe is it Bentley? Is
I
that
don't
it?
remember.
Something
It
similar to
sounds
that. Yeah.
familiar.
Anyways, so he, I think, accidentally said that the last 3 episodes are like the really intense ones that
Mhm.
will like flip the script, sort of.
Mhm.
And also that they get to work with an actor that he's wanted to, like, he has dreamt of working with his entire life.
Mhm.
He, like, accidentally slipped out. So we don't know who that is, but I'm assuming that's some type of high-end actor.
A-list actor.
Yes. So the way that the YouTube has told me about this is that the first 3 episodes is like the first act, the middle
Mhm.
3 is the second act, and the last 3 is the third act. So if you see the entire show as one big movie,
Mm.
we're only in the beginning introductional part of it, where we get to know the characters and what the environment is in. And then from, I guess, episode 4 and forward, it's gonna start flipping and becoming really interesting.
Okay, cool.
So we still have one more episode to go
Dude,
of
yeah.
just like weirdness.
That's why
and
it's so
then-
weird that they only released these like 2 episodes where they take the story not that far. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
not a lot happens.
Yeah,
from
it's
the
just like a
first and
day in the life.
Yeah.
Really, like it's not some big event that's happening. Right
No, and the first one is just jokes basically.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
they
yeah, yeah.
really don't tell you much.
the second one too. Really, like
Oh yeah, when they start off in
Yeah.
bed and the light
how
on,
far did you get into it?
Not a lot.
Did you
Like,
see the
maybe I
magic
did.
show?
No.
No. Okay. Yeah. So it gets really spoofy, goofy, like stupid, but totally in line with that type of show from that
From
era.
that era, yeah.
So, yeah, I don't
Such
know.
a weird approach,
But
but
then
there
you
probably
also
is a
have-
reason. So
Because you
we'll
do have like I don't know if that was at the end of the second or first episode, but you do have, I think it is Rhodey who is like, you can hear him like through a broken radio or something. It's like, why are you doing this, Wanda? Like, where are you? What are you, like, he's trying to contact her
Ah,
or
cool.
something. And yeah, I thought it sounded like Rhodey at least.
Okay.
So like they are trying to find her or like,
get in touch with her.
so
Uh-huh.
like it's slowly unraveling whatever
Okay,
this
okay,
is.
cool,
And
cool.
then you have, and that was also in the second, so a bit of spoiler for you.
I don't
But so Wanda and Vision hear a noise from outside. They go outside the front yard and they see the manhole cover like getting opened up in the middle of the street. And all of a sudden this guy in a beekeeping outfit comes up and turns around, and it's just a totally blacked out face, just super creepy, just in the middle of the street. And Wanda goes like, nope, not having it, and like snaps her finger and then like goes back in time to
Oh shit!
right before that noise
That
happened
noise.
and like erases whatever that was. And then the show goes from that to into color.
Okay.
So,
that kind of
yeah.
gives me a lot to work with.
Yeah. So it is like seriously just the last, 30 seconds.
Oh, of
But
course.
it's just like, whoop. Like, what the fuck was that? So it's like, it's kind
reality.
of hooking
yeah, it feels
me.
like
but
reality is coming back, and she's like,
Yeah. So
I'm not
I'm,
ready. Yeah.
but I'm still not like super hyped for the show, but I'm very interested in seeing where it goes.
No, I like both of them as actors. Like, I don't have a
Mhm.
problem with any of them. Like, I've seen them in stuff, and they're fine. But
And I think they're having so much fun with this. Like, to be honest, just
I
getting
think
the
so,
chance
yeah.
to do something like this as an actor,
Yeah.
I'm sure they're having a blast.
and also getting paid for it,
yes, that too. Yes.
getting good pay
Yeah.
for doing. Like, it's probably a nice production as well.
Yeah, for sure. And then I think the Falcon Winter Soldier one is around the corner as well. So it's going to probably keep going.
Yeah, and there's a rumor about Captain America returning as well for something.
That would be awesome.
That would be awesome.
And
Yeah.
then we have Thor.
He actually fucking became better with
Right?
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris Evans is
Chris
just fucking
Evans, yeah.
awesome. Like, seriously.
No, but it feels like he's grown as an actor and,
Yeah.
I don't know, like into that role as well.
Yeah.
Except the crying one tear thing. But
Yeah.
that I don't think that was his idea. Fuck, that haunts me to this day. Thankfully, he's done so much good stuff that
Yeah.
I can, like,
You can see past it.
past it. But it's like Pierce Brosnan for me from Mrs. Doubtfire. Like, I hated him for years after that movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I do.
Like, I felt like, and then I was like, why do I dislike this person? Like, I have no reason for disliking him, especially when he became
directed
Bond.
to doing this.
Exactly. But then I was like, where have I seen Pierce Brosnan? And you go back through his like movie history and you're like, this is the moment where I started hating Pierce Brosnan. Mrs. Doubtfire, because that was the only movie that I could remember further back, that I knew that he was in.
Mhm.
And like the feelings from seeing him in there, like, no, he just fucking ruined that the actor for me. But Chris
yeah.
Evans has done enough stuff, especially in the Marvel universe,
Yeah.
that kind of like
So weird that he's actually the Human Torch as well. Like from
that
the
is
Fantastic
so
Four movies.
weird. Yeah, dude, that is so weird.
Yeah. So he's incepted the
Yeah.
Marvel universe.
Mhm.
Wonder if they're gonna do something with that. That would be funny. Because I think one of the first movies to come out when they start
Yeah.
actually making movies again, is going to be the new Fantastic Four. 'Cause
Because
that got hinted
You've
in-
already done 2. They sucks.
3, to be honest. They've done
Is that
2
'cause
that
I
was
know?
okay, and then they've done 1 that is extremely
that is true.
horrible.
That is true.
that
Yeah, but
made
that was the Chronicle guy.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
man.
Yeah, dude.
Fuck you.
I've-
Yeah, fuck.
I finally managed to see the whole thing.
Oh, I haven't even, dude. I've seen the trailer and I was like, this is not for me.
No. Like, of course, thankfully, like, the internets have made it worse than it is. So now, like, when you
Okay.
watch it, it's not that
You
bad.
expect it to suck so much that
Exactly.
it kind of surprises
But
you.
it's still horrendous. It's
Oh,
such
dude.
a
And I
bad
heard
movie.
such bad things about New Mutants as well. Like,
Yes.
It's been brought
I've
up
seen
on a
that.
couple of podcasts and stuff now.
I can't
and they
remember
were
if
like-
I talked about it or
And they
not.
were like, I've seen it.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, uh-huh. And then like, no, we don't have to talk about it anymore. Like I've seen it.
I actually made a YouTube review about it.
Oh shit, you did.
Yeah. So
That's how good it
my
is.
channel now is called Bathtub Rob. And I do bathtub movie reviews.
That could actually work though.
Yeah, I know. I need to figure out the sound a bit. But yeah, so my movie review, exactly, kind of. The movie review was, don't see it. That was it. Yeah. So it's,
It's like a
a
couple-
15-second.
That's what I was thinking as well. Like
exactly.
it's a very short
Yes,
video.
yes. No, seriously, it's. I had like this little bit of hope for it, even though I knew it was.
You should
gonna
have
suck.
started excited. You know that feeling when you do this and then this happened and then it's nothing like that.
Exactly.
Don't watch.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
the total opposite of all of that. Yeah. No, I don't understand any of the choices they did in that movie. I heard there was a lot of reshoots and that didn't become reshoots and la 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 la. Like it was finished back in 2017
What?
and just got released.
What?
Yeah, try to get that, like,
That sounds cray.
yeah. And it was supposed to come out around the same time as Dark Phoenix, I think.
Didn't we see that at the cinema?
No.
No. Oh shit! No. Maybe I saw it with my neighbor.
Yeah, I did
It
not
sucked.
pay money. For,
Okay, I
for
didn't
that
pay
one.
money either. His treat.
Good, smart
Yeah.
move.
Fuck, that movie sucked.
Yes, fuck that movie. Yeah, but fuck New Mutants too. Like, only see it if you don't have to pay for it.
Mm.
That's the only thing I could say.
But that's what I'm saying. Like
It's so sad.
they've lost like the X-Men whatever they're doing.
hmm But this was
They-
the last Fox movie
Okay.
before the Marvel takeover.
Mm.
Like, yeah,
But the only good thing they've produced is Logan.
yep, or Deadpool.
Or Deadpool, yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
But,
But yeah.
yeah, and that's also awesome news to have Deadpool actually stay R-rated in Disney.
Yep.
Yes. So,
Oh man, the shitstorm that would come out of that.
have you heard about all the shitstorms with the Star Wars stuff now?
No.
Oh my God. It's like a civil war
What?
in Star Wars, apparently.
Why?
Because you have Kathleen Kennedy and the camp of, they're just trying to do, well, pretty much the latest movies, which is all about, like, pro-feminism,
okay. Yeah.
like, all of
Okay.
that stuff. Not thinking about, let's make cool Star Wars movies.
Yeah,
And,
let's make a good story.
and then you have the Favreau and Filoni camp who make Mando and, well, everything else now. So all of the shows that are coming out are going to be overseen by Jon Favreau and Filoni. So these guys are saving Star Wars.
I
and
wish
you
they
know-
made the movies as well.
You know what they're going to do? And this is, I can share that clip with you later.
Mm.
So there's this dude who I think is very highly
Connected.
connected within, like, the Star Wars whatever, or, like, in general.
Nerdum.
Yes. So, like, he wears, like, this ridiculous mask and has his voice very skewed,
shit.
doing these clips. Like, so, like, it could be anybody.
Yeah, it could just be a dweeb.
But he's got,
Yeah.
like, very reliable sources and stuff.
Mhm.
Of course, you have to take all of that with a grain of salt.
Grain of salt.
But he said that Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau have already said that they have a plan for erasing the 3 last Star Wars movies out of existence.
That is so
Because-
sad for the actors.
Yes,
But
yes. So, but yeah, so we're gonna have.
I think you just need to erase 2 of them.
Yeah,
Like,
more or
because I
less.
kind of really liked the first one. Like,
Yeah.
where it was heading. It was like a promise. Like, it was like part of the old with a promise what's to come.
Exactly.
And then the feud.
And respecting all of it.
Yeah.
That
Like, it was a
yeah.
homage to everything that has been.
And the last two were just shitting on all of the
Everything.
old.
Yeah, everything.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't feel like they were focusing on a movie. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
the story and everything. No, it was just, no, this is my vision. No, this is my vision. Yeah. You
Yeah.
know, like,
Yeah,
you're both building, the same type of Lego bricks. Just, like, connect them.
exactly.
Instead, one was making,
that's how they work.
something else, and one was making Flego, and one was making Legos. I don't
Yeah.
know. Fuck, that makes me so angry.
Yeah. But again, we've got like the boys are on it and they're gonna fix it. And the way they're fixing it, it's very complicated if you're not a super geek. So I'm not
Or
gonna go
Avril
into
Lavigne.
it or that. Yes. Dude, that was so bad. That was the best you could come up with.
Yeah.
Just let me handle the jokes, okay? Yep. I'll make them dirty, all of them. But yeah, so that'll be very exciting to see what they do if they manage to go through with it.
Yeah. Or
Also, I heard that, when Ahsoka goes and says you have to take Grogu to this place.
Yeah.
So what happened was Anakin came in as a Force ghost, so like a deleted scene here.
Oh.
Actual Hayden Christensen came in and like, because he is her mentor, or she's his Padawan. She was going to train Grogu, but then he says, no, like, you have to bring him to that planet so my son can find him. So, like, Darth Vader went up and said, like, this Grogu is super special. Luke needs to find him.
That is
So,
pretty cool.
like,
Yeah.
so fucking epic. But
That
yeah.
is very
And
nerdy.
that's apparently confirmed as like a thing that was there. Yes.
Very cool.
So
That
cool.
is very cool.
So very, very awesome geeky stuff.
So before he becomes Darth Vader, though, like how old is Luke there? No, he's already Darth Vader.
Luke isn't Darth Vader. Anakin is.
No. I mean, like, the
So I mean,
like the ghost thing. Has
Yeah.
he already killed his dad there?
yeah. So Mandalorian is, I think, 5 years after
that.
the-
okay.
the
Yeah,
third-
well, that
first
makes
movie.
okay. Cool.
So
yeah, I just lost the
well,
timeline.
five
there,
years
yeah.
after Darth Vader dies.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and by the way, like we're recording this 18th, 17th yesterday. It was James Earl Jones' 90th birthday.
Holy shit!
But he's still alive at
kicking.
least.
Still fucking
Darth
kicking.
Vader is still there. Or the
Darth
voice.
Vader's voice.
Yeah. At least that's still there.
Oh man, that
Yeah.
fame must have been so confusing for the what's the guy that played Darth Vader that passed away?
I don't know
just
his
last
name.
year.
It's so sad,
but-
but I don't know his name.
But that fame must have been so weird.
Yeah,
Oh, you're Darth Vader. No, I just make the voice of Darth Vader. He's Darth Vader.
exactly.
I'm the voice of Darth, like that
Yeah.
for years.
Yeah,
For years.
probably still to this day.
To this day, yeah.
It's so
just such a
It's
weird
so funny
thing
though
to
that
be
the first
famous
time
for.
James Earl Jones and Leia, or like
Mhm.
Carrie Fisher, met was on The Big Bang Theory.
Lol.
Right?
Lol.
They never met. They never met on like a premiere. They never met anywhere.
That is so weird.
Fucking Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, I haven't even seen the whole of Big Bang Theory.
No. Like,
But I enjoyed it in the beginning. and
Yeah,
then
in the
it's just-
beginning.
yeah.
yeah, but it just became like one of those.
Mm.
Yeah. Fuck, what was I had something else to say, but
About Star Wars?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't even know how we ended up on Star Wars. I remember us talking
WandaVision.
WandaVision.
Yeah, I think
One.
just
I have nothing
fixing the
else.
prequels. Anyways,
Oh,
yeah.
Fixing the book.
but yeah, and then we actually did see something today.
Oh shit! Yeah, we did.
Say we already forgot about it.
And I don't remember who. I think William Polka?
Yeah, when him and Maddie talked
Yeah.
about it, right?
Primal, yeah.
Yeah.
About the former creator of, or the
Samurai.
creator of Samurai Jack, yeah. What was his name?
Something.
Something Chakanovsky.
Gidedabu.
Check it out.
We're so bad.
So bad. Fuck it.
Yeah, Gregonovsky and
No.
Danovsky.
Well,
Something with a G.
I
first
always
name.
found the story, like, I love the visual look of Samurai Jack
Yeah.
and Aku, and, but the show, trying to watch it again, there's something not that great
Yeah.
about the way that he tells stories. They don't, like, speak to me at all.
It's not really coherent, and it doesn't
Yeah.
have like this clear linear story.
Yeah. Or something, like, it doesn't grip me at all. Like, there was...
There was always like Samurai Jack needs to go back.
Yeah.
Was-
And I haven't
yeah.
seen the new Samurai Jack.
No,
but
I
the problem
I
with
started
the old...
watching it, and it felt exactly like the old stuff,
Okay.
but with like a little bit of blood.
Mm. And this show, Primal, people have talked like well about it. Like, it's been like, oh, you gotta watch Primal.
Why?
Why?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I need
I'm
like a
not-
legit reason now.
Like, on the second episode, I was dozing off.
Yeah, we both were.
And you were
That
like talking
says
to
a
me. I
lot.
was like, yeah, uh-huh.
Mm.
And it was just like, it was not fun at all.
No.
And it takes a lot for me to... I usually don't sleep through movies unless I'm watching them, when I'm about to fall asleep.
Yeah.
But this one, I don't know. Like, the pace was not all that great.
There was no story. Like
Like,
you,
there
you
was
started
a story,
getting
but
the
it
story
just...
with
You didn't care. Like, so, spoiler alert now.
yeah.
Like, you're following this, like, Neanderthal type of guy living in the, dinosaur age, and he's fishing, and then, he takes the fish home to his family. They get slaughtered by dino riders, dinosaurs, T-Rexes, some type of Rhinoceros Rex. And you don't care because you've never seen, you don't even know if it's his family. But they get ripped to shreds, like brutally killed by the T-Rexes. He like fights them off a bit, and then they walk away, and then he goes into a cave, and you can see like a lit fire there, and like a little like wall painting of his family that he kind of like smudges, and it looks angry and sad, and it's just like, I see where you're going with it, but it's just like there was no reason for me to care about any of this.
No, there was no hook. Like we
And-
talked about,
yeah.
like they could have introduced the family a little bit earlier.
Somehow,
Maybe
yeah.
before he went fishing, or maybe before the dinosaurs killed them at least.
Dude,
Because
yeah.
you only saw
They were all
silhouettes.
silhouettes, yeah.
You also, yeah. And
That was a really like, and the style was like, I don't know, like I
it
didn't
felt
enjoy it.
sloppy in a way.
But I
Like,
think that is like intentional.
Yeah,
but I just
but
didn't enjoy it. Like it felt like
it's an HBO show.
yeah.
It just doesn't have that quality. It just feels, to me, like it feels unnecessary. Like
No,
why
I didn't-
did they do this show?
Yeah,
What's
I
the
didn't-
purpose of
yeah,
it?
Maybe there is a purpose at some point, but
And
I just
his
like
name
into-
is Gendy Tartakovsky.
That's
So
exactly what
fucking
we
hard to
said.
say.
That is exactly what we said.
Gendy Tartakovsky, and produced by Adult Swim. So the
Oh, yeah,
people that
Adult
do Rick and Morty,
Yeah.
and
No,
Adventure
yeah,
Time?
I had a hard time just like enjoying the show.
yeah.
Like I didn't care for any of it.
This feels like to me something that like you would have sent me a YouTube clip, like
Yeah.
oh, check this out, like this is
Like
pretty
this,
cool,
yeah.
like
Yeah.
a new animated thing,
Mm.
like, but not a show, not an actual fucking
Yeah,
TV
I don't know
show.
why people think it's so good. Maybe it's like the Samurai Jack hype. I don't know, but for me, like Samurai Jack, not that great.
Yeah. But better than
like,
this.
No, but the character design is good in
Yeah.
Samurai Jack.
And in this too, like I love the silhouette of him, and it is
Yeah.
very much Gendy's style, you know.
But I don't know. Like I didn't enjoy it. I didn't understand his like facial expressions at some. Like
it's just trembling face.
Yeah, and just like it wasn't fun. Like
No.
it wasn't entertaining even. Like I just sat there, wanted it to end because it was leading nowhere. Like
And I think we skipped saying that so after his family gets slaughtered, he goes on a rampage and wants to kill dinosaurs,
yeah, or like
And-
T-Rexes.
and happens by like a mother dinosaur with her cubs, and they get slaughtered by meaner dinosaurs,
Mm-hmm.
and he helps.
No, he kind of like he fights off Like, because the dinosaurs that killed his family were kids.
Yeah.
Like, big T-Rex kids.
Like T-Rex teenagers.
Yeah, and then they run off with when their mom calls them, and you can see like a bigger one, walking away. And then he's walking through the jungle or where the fuck he is, and then he stumbles upon these other type of T-Rexes, and it's a mom with her cubs, and then he's about to sort of fight them when they get attacked by these red T-Rexes.
Yeah.
And then he kills, one of them or two of them, and the mom fights off another two, and then her kids are running up to him like he's a parental.
They became friends.
So they become friends, and then the big mom bad T-Rex comes in the picture and starts chopping down those kids.
Yeah.
And the problem even there is that he just stands there. Like, those T-Rex babies get slaughtered and then he acts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's so much time. Like, the pacing is weird, and then the size of everything is weird.
It's constantly changing.
Exactly.
It's very confusing.
But like, my prediction was that when things feel more dangerous, they grow in size sort of visually in the show. But it just feels all over the place. And I would say, like, if it was like a one-person animation thing and that's what he's done, and like, sure, like, I understand, but it just isn't. I didn't enjoy it at all.
Yeah,
like, I didn't enjoy the style. I didn't enjoy anything about the show. Like I don't know why.
Even it having blood, which normally can be like a fun thing, even that doesn't work here.
It was weird though. The only time there was a lot of blood, sort of like those goddamn fishes.
Yeah.
Like, and of course that when they ate his kids, and the blood was coming out of his mouth.
Yeah, but that's also like it doesn't work because they're silhouettes. There's just a black silhouette,
but that was
and then you have blood from.
But I guess
mouth.
that's like artistic expression. But I just didn't work for me. Like, it is a lot of symbolism and a lot of sort of like insinuated stuff, and it just
I think there's
didn't work for
stuff
me.
that you could work with, but it's just not there.
Yeah,
like it felt like they just. It feels like they didn't write the show. You know what I mean? There's no backbone to what's happening. Maybe that's going to come later.
Yeah, but
because
for me,
towards the end of the second episode, you could feel the dinosaur and this primal dude.
Primal, yeah.
Bonding. Like they start working together. Like so that
they get more in sync because they're
Yeah, they both lost their families to
But that's the problem. Like with that,
but they killed the big baddie. You know, so it's not like they have to chase that down, and that becomes like the goal of the show.
No, but I guess it's a buddy cop movie.
Yeah,
I don't know, like
with big snakes
with T-Rex and Primal. No, I just don't know. Like, it didn't grip me at all. Like, you have you start off with this brutal like murder scene, killing babies, and you don't utilize it to evoke emotion. It's just like you use this powerful tool and you don't utilize it properly, so it's just like, okay, they died, I guess, these randos.
Exactly.
And then when you show the kids, they just look horrifying. You know what I mean? Like, they look like something out of the fucking Ring.
Yeah.
Like, the only
That's exactly what they look like. Or The Grudge.
The Grudge. It's just like, it was just weird. So I was like, I'm glad you're dead.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, Jesus.
They fucking did you guys favors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So next time I watch The Grudge, I'm going to be like, you should get a T-Rex in on this shit. Because I've seen this before and it does work.
Yes. I know how to save this.
Do you have a T-Rex?
I actually want to see the latest remake of The Grudge. I don't want to pay for it.
Dude, there are so many fucking remakes. Like,
it's the third remake.
Dude, yes.
No, second remake. Yeah.
No. We joked about this with William Perker, who also recommended us to watch this.
So don't listen to William's recommendation.
No, but we joked about, like, is it another, like, at some point, like a year ago or something, like we joked about like another blah blah of The Grudge, and then someone just like there is another blah blah remake of The Grudge, like for real.
Yeah. No, I know.
It's so weird, dude. Why?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. Why?
How could that concept be like still exciting to this
Apparently,
day?
it's the lowest grossing movie of something.
What?
Yeah, like
People didn't have a hunger for more of The Grudge.
they're like, "Oh, we tried 2 times before and it didn't really work, so let's try it one more time, but
Third's the
worse."
charm, yeah. It's just like, okay, so you're gonna tell the same story tweaked again.
Yes.
Like, but do you have anything new to add to it? Like, is there anything new to this movie?
This time it's going to be a guy in the shower instead of a girl.
That's ruined
Yeah.
the Sarah Michelle Gellar one. Was that?
Yeah, that's it.
That was
Yeah.
it, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, as soon as that kid came out, I was like, I used to do that as a kid. That is not scary. That is stupid.
Yep.
Yep.
But the Japanese one is good.
The Japanese one I didn't.
It actually,
finish.
yeah, it was kind of, I mean,
Or maybe that's the one I did finish.
it's the best out of all of them.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's the only one that is like a little bit scary too.
Mm.
So, but with that said, I still want to see the latest one.
Just because.
Just cause.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Have we missed something? Don't watch Primal.
Don't watch Primal. Yeah, it really wasn't for me. Holy
Yeah.
shit. Like,
Yeah.
then I prefer Wanda Vision because that
Yeah.
at least has something to it.
Exactly. And I mean, again, you need to see the ending of
Yeah,
the
I will
second
watch
episode.
I will.
But yeah,
The
I mean,
reason why I stopped was we were going to watch something with the kids, and then I just never got back to it.
Yeah. makes total sense.
Mm.
Yeah.
So-
Um,
Did we talk about Soul?
no, we didn't.
Because I did see Soul.
Oh, you
So,
did?
Yeah, we can wrap it up with Soul.
Yeah. Or maybe I
It was
I
soulless.
mentioned
No,
it.
just kidding.
Yeah.
No, it was good, but there is just something missing for me.
Yep. Same.
But I think I had that with Inside Out as well.
Yep,
Like
exactly the
those
same.
movies are not for me. Like I
The
like
story
the
is
to-
great. Like
That's what I mean. Like
it's the
they're
message, I
solid,
guess.
The
Yeah.
message, the characters are really nice. The rendering is fucking out of this world.
I didn't like the rendering at like the soul plane.
I didn't care about
like,
that,
It just felt like Inside Out
Yeah.
to me. It just felt the exact same.
Mm.
But in the real world,
In the real world, it was really
wow,
good. Yeah,
so
Shit,
beautiful.
Yeah,
Oh my god. Yeah.
but it was all like good, and I really like the main guy
yeah.
that I just can't think of at all, like what his name
No,
was.
I can't remember.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, but it was just like as good as it was, it's also as forgettable.
Yes.
Like,
it feels like
I don't
something
know.
you've
Yeah.
seen. Yeah. That's the thing.
a-
but
and-
I mean, I still like. I did the Chris Evans tear at the end. Like.
I did not.
It,
Like they lost me. Like I don't remember
yeah.
what was the end.
like when he actually
yeah,
like,
okay.
he
When he
sort of-
follows the kid.
he sort of says that no, I'm okay with this. I have lived my life, like that message of cherish life,
Yeah.
because you only have this one life,
Mm.
pretty much. I don't know. It was just it got to me.
I don't know. Yeah, it didn't get to me. Like I liked the idea, the message, and everything, but then at the end, I'm like, but did we really need a movie about this?
No, but it's more like, well, it's about jazz, and it's like the antagonist is a black guy, and that's a new thing for Disney, apart from I guess the Frog movie.
That I really like though. The the Frog, and
Princess
the
and
Prince
the Frog. Yeah.
yeah, that is
Yeah.
a really good one. I really enjoy that one.
See, I don't remember that one.
I really remember that
Is it
one.
New Orleans?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I love it with the voodoo and
it's
the
like-
voodoo
Is it the last?
2D animated.
yeah,
Yeah, No, I
exactly.
think they went back, or was it the last one? I don't remember, but it was good.
When it
Okay.
came out, I think they said it was going to be the last one.
But I really enjoyed it.
I want. Yeah, I need to see it again for sure.
Because it's like, I remember The Lion King being so much better than it is. Like,
Mhm.
because when I watch it now, like, I get so annoyed at how bad all the backgrounds are.
Oh yeah.
Like, they're so weird. Like, it's such a weird way of doing it. Whereas in that one, I enjoy it, in The Princess and the Frog. Like, so a lot of things that I couldn't see, like, even the shading on the characters in The Lion King, they have this weird, soft sort of shading to some things that is just weird.
I haven't seen that in a while.
Yeah. or maybe it's just in the background stuff, but it's just weird. Some things are just like, I don't like this. But it was at the time, it was, I guess, what they were doing. So it's fine.
It worked
Like,
then.
but it's not like they don't do it in Aladdin, for example. I think Aladdin is way better, like everything, than Lion King.
Okay.
Although they're both really fucking good movies.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
The standard is very high here.
Yeah.
So this is us nitpicking after seeing them then and now. But yeah, so like I really liked the main character. I liked everything about like talking about flow and sort of how the universe, like somewhere between life and death, sort of. There's flow, that thing. Like I like the idea of it, and that you could sort of peek in to the flow, and see people that like sort of transcend to this flow.
And I think for us, like because
Being
we've talked,
creative,
we've talked about it so many times of
very
getting
cool,
into that, like actually getting that visualized is pretty cool.
It was pretty cool,
and I love that, like the hippie character, obviously, like he was such
dude,
a
the
cool
sign
dude.
guy.
Yeah, I loved him.
He fucking looks like a real actor, though. That I've sort of like, I just can't place who he looks like.
I never looked up who he was.
I didn't either.
Fuck.
Like, but yeah, he was awesome.
Yeah,
and I think it has like a lot of fun elements to it. I just don't know why it felt so like flat. Like, and I wouldn't mind watching it again. I just don't want to watch it again. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, it probably has like a good rewatch value, but I just like I don't know why it didn't sort of. Maybe it is the sort of the topic that they're covering. Maybe that just is. It's a good topic, but it's not very interesting for me, at least. I don't know. Yeah. Like, I don't know. Like, this life and death stuff, I don't know. Like...
Yeah. I mean, I think it's a necessary movie to make. Like, it's a message that a lot of today's kids needs to hear. And stop being ego testicles, all of us.
Yeah, but I think the people, if that was the case, that's the people you won't... Like, you know what I mean? Like, my kids totally didn't think about that. They thought funny cat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was really, I liked the sort of like when the kid drops into his body and he drops into the cat. Like,
that's a funny dynamic.
It is a great dynamic. Like that is, I think, where my kids sort of like laughed the most because of like the kid has never, like he hasn't done the baby stuff, so he has to learn
how to walk, how to
as
eat,
a grown-up,
everything.
So that was really, really good, and it was like a nice way how they did it. Like he felt like a giant baby moving,
super clunky,
trying to do easy stuff like press a button and stuff, and like the nothing was working. And then the other guy was the cat. He's like
meow meow meow.
No, oh dude, that was so good. Died when that happened. I also love how he's like, well, I'm a cat, and I could. Like when he jumps off the bed and he's just like flat. It's so good. But it was just like those things were, like Pixar level.
Yeah.
But I just don't know. Like the overall
the rest
journey,
was just fluff.
Yeah.
Sort of. Yeah.
The overall like point was lost somehow. I don't know.
But that feels like that was the idea.
Yeah.
Like that scene. Oh, wouldn't it be cool if like a cat and a person like switched bodies? And they were like,
know.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. And then they had that scene, and then they made a movie from that.
And Inside Out as well, or was that what it was called?
Yeah.
But the same problem there. Like, I like the idea of where like we have all these emotions and how they sort of interact and stuff. But then, at some point, you just like, okay, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
By the end of the movie,
it would have worked better as like a short film. Not like a full movie.
But let's talk about like the movie Up.
Yeah.
Holy dicks, that is a good movie.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I need to rewatch that, by the way.
And I didn't watch it when it came out. I watched it, a couple of years ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I was like, wow.
I saw that at the cinema.
But like they talk about life and death and aging and all that stuff.
And they get that out of the way so perfectly.
Dude, but it's
straight off the bat.
But they do it so well.
And it's like you die.
Yeah.
It's so touching.
Yeah. And I also
you don't even know the characters. Like,
dude, yeah.
So
and then I
brilliant.
also heard the guy that worked on it, the art director, came to King and talked about it.
Oh,
and
really?
how he made, because his dad passed away just before they started that scene. and how he used that
I remember
moment,
you saying this actually. Yeah.
to create that scene, and everyone cried in that fucking dark room,
Of
like
course.
the auditorium. Dude, it was so
You are
sad.
dead inside if you don't
If
cry
you
to
don't
that.
cry. But even, when
Yeah.
you first saw that movie and then heard that guy talk about that scene as well, when he sits by because they wanted to take it from him and give him some time off, and he
Yeah.
was like, no, I need to do this.
Yeah.
Like, I need to process what I've been through with my dad, but I also sort of like I need to make this scene.
Yeah.
So when he sits there by the bed and all that stuff, like it
It's
was
so heavy.
It was so heavy, and he
Mhm.
just needed to get that out of his chest, and really get it
Yeah.
out. But it was just that movie. That was good for me. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, that really touched me. And if you would have told me the story, I wouldn't have cared. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then
Yeah.
you watch it and you're like, what the fuck? This is really good.
Yeah. It just works on all levels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Even with that annoying kid.
even
Yeah.
with that. And in this one, I actually kind of liked the characters, but I just, by the end of it, I'm like, okay, I guess. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you never
Again,
really get
I
that.
don't remember the names. I
Yeah.
don't remember the names of
No,
the
I don't
up
remember
characters,
anything
but
anymore.
no.
I just don't. But I just mean that I really like the jazz guy and
Yeah.
the cat,
Yeah.
like, and the kid, like, but I don't know. Like, I just don't care.
Yeah.
By the end of it, you're just like, I guess we had a journey. Let's never. It's like
We
being
saw
on.
a movie.
No, but it's like, when you're on vacation and you meet people there,
Yeah.
and they're like, yeah, we should connect on Facebook, and you're like,
Yeah, definitely
"Mhm,
should.
definitely should, and then
Yeah.
you never talk to them
Yes.
on Facebook
Or anywhere.
or anywhere, like, ever.
Ninja smoke bomb them and just
That's dude,
run away.
very much.
yeah.
Yeah, but
See, on
that's what it felt like, because I've done that several times.
So many times.
So many times, yeah. Yeah, we should definitely
Oh my
hook up
God,
when
what
we
a
get home.
coincidence.
Yeah.
Fuck, who would have thought to run into you here? Yeah, not me. I didn't want
and
to.
I didn't want to, exactly. And that's what these movies feel like. They're
Yeah.
so well produced. I just like, nah.
Yeah,
It's a very good visual.
so good. Yeah. All right.
That's it.
That's it. Yeah. Guys, thank you so much for listening. And if you didn't know, please spread the word.
Spread the word.
Tell your
Join the
friends.
Discord.
Join the Discord. I haven't been in for
Shit.
ever.
I was in. I've been in and out, and like sometimes I'm just like, I'm too sick to do this. Like,
Yeah,
out.
I'm always too sick to do it.
No, but do join the Discord. It's a lot of awesome people, fun people, great people. It's a nice little community. For some reason, still posting there.
It's still going.
It's still going. Yeah, and also, yeah, I don't know. I'm so tired.
So tired.
This
Yes.
is my first day that I haven't worked this hard for a very long time.
Yeah, Ilias sex tape for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I've never worked this hard. Never hard enough, never fast enough.
That's
We're
how
out.
we roll.
Peace out.